Oh yeah, because we've got to be that organised.
Super organised, as always. And that's how we start most of our live streams. Tell people how organised we are. We're not. Although today, we were on point.
We were on time.
We were only 14 minutes later than we should have been, because we were supposed to start at 12. There we go. And welcome to the live stream, guys. I am still working on Typhus. Andy is on Twitch, and he is working on a new Landspeeder model, I think, today.
Yeah, Landspeeder, Storm, Thingy. I'll also be doing a bit of work on my Demon Prince, and I've got another Assault Intercessor if I want to get bored of them too. And there's also Harkon Warclaimer, knocking about in Night Lord style, because it's me. And if it's not a Night Lord, I'm not interested most of the time.
Unless it's a World Eater.
Yeah. And even then, that's debatable.
Yeah, very. Well, I have not got much going on right now, but I might jump to another project later, as I don't know, I've been working on Typhus for a couple of days now.
It'd be nice to see you actually finish a model.
It's kind of the goal for this. I'm going to try and push through to see how this end result looks.
What was the last model you actually finished? Not Timber.
Oh, that's some brilliant timing. Last model I actually finished was probably whatever I did for the tutorial.
It was our last full tutorial. What you did?
Yeah, it'd be the last, I don't know, it'd be the Mechanicus model I did.
That's like,
when we did tutorials.
18 months ago, man.
To be fair though, I'm trying to learn something new, so the finished result hasn't really mattered at all.
No.
But it needs to start being
Finished.
One, so I can see how long it takes me to paint these models, then I can start speeding up my processing, hopefully. Yeah. Processes. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a while.
It has been a while. I've got lots of things I want to do. I get very distracted though.
You've got a table full of odd projects.
They're just for live stream, really.
Yeah.
Come paint along. One of the first things we did on live stream was the Space Marine bike with the
unicorn bike.
My Little Pony Space Marine bike. But nice to see him finished with his bright pink wheels. They need to be like illuminous pink. It's gonna take some time though.
He thinks he's keeping that model. No, he's getting flames.
Nope.
Nothing's safe around Andy. If he's got a job for it.
That's the thing though, you have a job for everything.
So I could use that for something. I do have multiple armies though, which makes life a lot easier.
Yeah.
I'm just not feeling this.
I would like to start working on my conversions soon. I've just got a few other more pressing things I need to get finished in my spare time.
I would like Dodge to have an army.
So would I. I still want to do my circus themed Imperial Guard or something.
I really think with your guard, if you're going to do guard, just keep it simple, keep it guard. Yeah, make the models pretty, but don't fart around with conversions. I would go with sort of a ganger theme, so you've got all the graffiti artwork on it.
That was the initial plan, but I really think the clown army would be.
The clown army would look cool, but it's just another project like the Orcs, where it's just going to get bigger than Ben Air and you'll never get anything done. So you have one Orc done, and I've known you for 5 years, and you've done one Orc.
Yeah, I'm bringing the Typhon model back out soon though.
Yeah.
I am definitely going to bring that back out for the live stream.
And I think it's going to look great, but yeah, I say for you, I think for if you want to get playing, just do an army, cool but basic, but standard. No conversions, just do it cool, and then do your converted orcs for your passion project.
Which they really are. I mean, the reason they're not done is because I'm trying to make everything in it so perfect that it takes me a long time.
It's because it is a
Death
project.
Copter, which I should have footage for on this computer.
Maybe show it on stream when we've got some viewers.
Maybe I'd have to go dig him out, but he looks amazing. But the amount of effort and sanding and clipping and time that went into making him look that good, a bit of a pain, especially when we had to make tutorials back in the day.
Yeah. this bad boy is what I'm working on today. And obviously, I've got to work. I'm going to be working on his wings and more silver work as well, because the silver work, well, isn't done. It looks crap at the minute. There's only like 2 colours on it and a wash, which is not enough. There's only so much I can do though, as a lot of it's just large faces of wings, which is going to get dull for everybody, myself included. Well, maybe I am everybody and no one else has realised.
Well, if you follow the God consciousness theory, then yes, that would be then true. You are technically everybody in some sense.
That's just broken me.
It's alright. All of it I will gladly explain now. No.
Too early.
Too early for serious theories.
Right. First thing I need to do, obviously, everything's prime black, but that's not good enough, because you need to make sure that you got a full black coat as well. So once you've primed it, it does sound redundant. You need to go over with black paint.
Yeah, so it matches.
So you get the right colour, so everything's the same shade. So I've gone with Abaddon Black for the spray, because it's nice and easy, and the airbrush don't work. Well, I'm assuming it doesn't. It might.
It might.
But I'm not going to bother. And I'm going over by brush with the Vallejo Surface Primer, which is just a really nice black. You can't go wrong with it. And all the boys of the Legion of the Damned squadron, what I'm doing, it's not even a squadron, it's more of a platoon. Are all based on that same black.
I'm starting off today's paint using US Flat Brown by Model Air, and then adding a tiny bit of Mojave White from scale 75 to the tip of the brush.
Well, you'll be pleased to know I have now got double figures painted of my Legion of the Damned.
Nice.
I have hit 10 models.
That's not bad. You're getting a bit quicker at them though as well.
That helps, yeah.
The first one you did took you days.
Yeah. I streamlined the process, I've got better at it. I've got better at the flames, which is really annoying, because I've done the flames on the some of the characters aren't the wavy type, but more of the straight line type.
It's one of the things I was saying about my army not being finished. There was a time when I had all my orc arms just right and left, all on a desk, all sorted, right, all green stuffed.
Yeah.
Wasn't happy with my painting, so they just got left like that.
Oh.
So it's a case of this army, I want to put so much care into it that everything in it's just spot on, and it just takes too long. But I am happy with my death.
I was expecting you to say I had all my arms left and right, all organised and green stuff, and then I put them in a box and didn't organise them.
No, but that does remind me of the time I organised my box by being a proper spaz and emptying out the box was already organised into the unorganised pile.
Yeah, that was genius.
Yeah, proper idiot moment.
That's next level thinking, that is good.
Yeah, but as I was pouring it, I'm like, oh God, what have I done?
Everyone's playing chess and Dodge is playing Uno.
Yeah.
Without a reverse card.
I don't even know how to play Uno, actually, thinking about it.
It pretty much plays itself, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you either pick up cards or put them down, and then you put reverse cards in and someone else picks up your stuff.
So it's like one of the blackjack versions.
Yeah, but simple.
Yeah. Well, it kind of makes sense.
It's a kid's game.
That plays itself.
Basically, yeah.
Right.
And Little Big made a song called it.
Yeah, Little Big made a song called Uno.
Got Little Big Race.
viewers currently on our YouTube. How's it going, guys? Do not be afraid of the chat. We don't bite.
Well, not without asking.
Yeah.
That'd
Consensual biting, is it?
Yeah, that'd be rude. Well, of course, not rude.
Try and get as much of the trim done on this today as I possibly can.
Feel free to chat to us. We had a really good,
I had a really good chat the other day.
really good chat with everyone yesterday. That was really nice. So, anything you ask us, anything, we will try to answer. Try. If you ask us intelligent questions, then we're going to struggle, but we'll try.
An effort will be made. Still trying to master this technique properly. It's not that easy.
It does look overly complicated at times.
By yesterday afternoon, though, I was getting a pretty good flow going.
Yeah, you were on it yesterday.
It's also trying not to fall into the old habits and paint the old style.
Yeah.
And trying to do something new, which is always in the background. Trying to force its way forward. It's like, well, you paint like this. You've been doing it for years, and you're like, nope, not like that. Not like that. Like that.
And just so you know, guys, if you're interested in watching me paint something what's black, I'm on Twitch.
That's riveting, man.
It does sound thrilling.
It's like an homage. It's like an
Homage.
homage to the 10 hours of black screen with no sound on YouTube. The original that has millions of views.
Yeah, that's probably just to see if it really is that. People
Yeah,
out of
probably.
curiosity going, nah, it can't be. Black screen, scat forward, still black screen, hang about.
It's some riveting work, that. Right.
People do all kinds of dumb stuff like that though.
Yeah, I mean, someone had to export that 10-hour video, but then again, there's not much on it, so like it wouldn't have took long.
Someone had to make it.
Yeah.
So, that took at least 10 hours of not being present because you ain't going to watch it.
I think it'd just be a still image, still black image, and then just stretch it out for 10 hours. That's how I'd do it anyway. And I've just buggered that right up. Right, off you come. And now I've got Uno by Little Big stuck in my head.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't actually know it because it'd be stuck in my head right now as well. What did we have stuck in his head yesterday? I don't want to remember, I'm just thinking. I know I had something.
Yeah, but then you will remember, and
it's-
you'll be really screwed.
Yeah, it was a really stupid song as well.
Too much water on that. Oh look, what's happened here? I'm using my old Windsor Newton.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
How dare you? What heresy is this?
Well, I don't know, it's just weird. I picked it up by habit, I guess. And I don't use it very often. Then let that dry a little bit, and we're going to put a small amount of the Whole Red by Vallejo Model Air.
I'm interested to see how that's going to work for, under paint rust. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with the chipping fluids and what have you. So I think that's going to be a nice colour for it. Because it's quite vibrant, isn't it?
It is, but it's one of those that reacts in a bizarre way. You get a good orange out of it when you go over something else. A very reddish orange.
Be a good first layer then, wouldn't it?
I think so, yeah. I don't know what our Jen's doing, but it sounds like she's stabbing a microwavable meal.
Could well be. It is Jen.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think we eat microwavable meals.
No, we're generally a bit crap.
I think I figured out what it might be.
It's one of the things you have only when that's the last thing in your freezer.
No, she took to a bunch of gardening recently, so it might be one of those like really terrible plastic plant pots that she's putting more holes in with a fork.
That could be, yeah.
I'm hoping she's listening to the live stream and then she can tell me if I'm right or not. I do have a thing of like training my ears to pick up sounds and be able to figure out what they are. Which is all well and good until you hear a proper random noise out of nowhere that you've never heard before.
It's like, what the hell's that?
That really bugs me out. I spent ages figuring it out. Like the other day, new neighbours have changed the light switch in the other room. I could tell by the sound.
That's really weird, but you can actually hear that shit.
It's the hypersensitive hearing. It's something I just can't bloody help doing. And then obviously my brain's hearing the sound, so it wants an answer, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, like me with questions.
Yep.
What's this? I don't know. Ah, tits. That's gonna keep me up unless I figure it out.
I've got Uno stuck in my head. What a way to start the day.
I do hate that about this whole live streaming thing. We can't just put tunes on.
Yeah, I know, because the actual video gets flagged for copyright. Which is bull.
They should be paying us.
Yeah, I don't get it though, because what's really irritating is a bunch of these reaction videos that you see, these lazy arse ones where people are just pointing at somebody else. It's like, how did you make that any of your own content legally in any sense?
Oh, what fair use? Because they're adding to it.
What, by pointing at the video?
It's fair use, yeah, it's weird.
Didn't we used to have a paperclip on Word that did stuff like that? I just point here. It's like a really useful paperclip.
I wonder what happened to him.
Well, me and my mates used to sabotage that one and the dog one. We used to go into the program and rewrite what it said.
Fair enough.
Which was always funny. You've been ignoring, what was it? You've been ignoring this damn dog for far too long, so now I have 3 choices of what you want the dog to do. And I remember, obviously we were in school, so I remember hump your leg was on definitely one of the options.
Yeah, sounds like childish humour.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
Something we'd probably do today.
Yeah, still. Childish humour for the win. Don't want to be getting all mature.
Yeah, I'm old, not an adult.
Yeah, just get older and weirder.
Yeah, I have.
And will continue to do so.
Yep.
Hope that's coming out alright for the viewers there. Hey, Disco Magma's back. Hey, Disco Magma, how's it going?
Howdy.
We are still chatting absolute bollocks. Struggling to get that blend today.
Has he joined your chat, has he, today?
Yeah, just jumped in here. Ah, too much white.
Damn that privilege.
Yeah.
Straight in there. Starting strong.
No mercy. Well, if the camera's picking that up, but the blends are not going on very well. Yeah. Disco Magma says chatting bollocks is the only way to go.
Yep, it is.
If it's that made me think, if it's the only way to go, like your execution, and like any last words, keep talking absolute bollocks till you're dead.
I'll start singing Meatloaf song right here.
If you get to say last words, how long can you keep saying last words for?
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Sing a Meatloaf song. They're going forever, don't they?
Yeah.
Get a bit of November Rain going or something.
I was about to say, hit up November Rain at your execution. They'd never have time to kill you.
Free bird. Everyone died of old age before your execution. Ha ha! I've outlived you all.
Oh, that'd be great.
That was a video I found on TikTok the other day. Someone had done a TikTok about executions. Yeah. And this is what I would wear at my execution. So
Yeah.
I'm talking about like a Pikachu outfit and all this sort of stuff. It's like, it's your execution. You'll be wearing what they tell you.
No, I think you should get a choice. And Disco Magma says, sharing the love between you boys. Yeah, I think people that watch could tell we've hung out for a long, long time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was like, what the hell? You're making a TikTok video about what you'd wear at your own execution. It's like, seriously?
Sounds like a good topic, man. I'm gonna have a think about this.
So yeah, the dude was wearing his cheap Pikachu top because it's an electricity Pokemon and all this. I was like, what?
That's actually quite clever. He's put some thought into that. I like it. What would I... do we get to choose our style of execution as well?
Why not?
Okay. I'm having a good old think now. And I'm trying to go down the line of being the most mortifying thing to watch anyone could see.
Hung, done and quartered, man. Either that or Blood Eagle. You want to traumatise the executioner while you're at it.
Get Blood Eagle dressed as Big Bird. Yeah, that'll do. I'm just waiting for our YouTube to get shut down at some point soon. Right, I finally got the gold colour to go the way I wanted.
How about Death by Ungu Bungu whilst wearing a camel outfit?
Death by Snoo Snoo.
Death by Snoo Snoo whilst dressed as a camel.
Not bad.
Yeah. You're doing a camel.
Where are you going to find the giant Amazon women, though? Probably Amazon.
Probably. Well, you're not going to check eBay.
Oh.
I see what it is, but.
Yeah.
Dad jokes already.
No, I was thinking, well, who do you think moves all the boxes around at Amazon?
Well, it's not robots, is it?
No, it's giant Amazon women.
The robots kill themselves. That's ace.
Disco Magma says, if my execution was electric chair, I'd probably wear a Faraday's cage. I like it.
Yeah, man.
Just singing to yourself, time
Is
is on my side. Yes, it is.
Let me tell you about the time I almost died.
There's been a few. Which one do you want to hear about? I should not be alive.
Yeah, ditto.
But the gods have decided that for some reason I'm still supposed to be here. I had a theory about that, to be honest.
It's all Loki's fault.
Interweaving fates and chaos and how it all actually comes together.
Go on then, educate me. I'll buy.
It's very difficult to explain.
Yeah, we've got all day.
As you can imagine, yeah. Okay, so if fate is fate, but you also have free will, like it's hard not to do this visually. Like you've got your life there. You're born, you die. You can do a straight line, but you won't because you have free will. But so does everyone else. What happens then is all these straight lines going from A to B visually, they interact with each other. And that's where things get complicated. Some people end up some places not for themselves or their own fate, but to knock somebody else where they were supposed to be. So it's this perpetual ball of chaos.
Right.
Like a tapestry. And I'm saying there's something there that's able to like pre-see that and manipulate things to get pieces on the chessboard where they need to be.
Got you.
You ever had one of those encounters in life where you just bump into someone and the interaction was proper weird, or like you just think differently after a certain event or something, like, because it's definitely a thing. You know, like people say life-changing experiences and stuff like that.
Oh, they definitely do happen.
It's, you know, I'm not going to go into the full theory because I'm not high as balls right now.
You're not off your face.
No, and I'm finding it hard to concentrate on
Don't do drugs, kids.
explaining it. It does make. I've actually got loads more to that. It's really hard for me to explain.
Oh yeah, it's a very odd concept. Basically, everything's a giant. What's it called?
It's
With
basically
flippers.
it's basically ordering the chaos.
You know, the game with flippers and a ball.
Not Kaplunk.
Arcade
Pinball.
game.
Pinball.
Yeah, pinball.
Yeah, pretty much, and you just get. Sounds like the plot for Quantum Leap.
Yes.
Kind of,
Yeah.
actually.
Wait, now you think about it, yeah. God, I haven't seen that in years.
Oh, they just don't make TV like they used to.
It's probably for the best, to be honest. Some of the stuff we used to produce is so weird.
Yeah, but at least it didn't tell me how I'm a twat for being white and male, and it
Existing.
and existing, and it just sort of got on with it. It's like,
Yeah, but
here's
we
a
also
show
had-
about this. You can watch it if you want.
We also had a superhero dolphin.
No way you were just thinking that at the exact same time as me. That was one of the most obscure things I could think of, and you just said it as I was thinking of. I was trying to figure out what was it called. I was like, was it Flip? No, there was another one where they had a dolphin and it used to work for like the military or something. I was thinking of that one.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Sequest or something.
Oh, yeah.
That was just so weird that our brains went to the exact same place.
And then obviously, lastly, the superhero dog. I used to love the Littlest Hobo.
The littlest hobo?
Yeah. It was
What
a
do you do
hobo.
on the weekends, man? You should keep off the live stream.
It was a like a husky or something, and it wandered from town to town across middle America, being homeless, saving the day, cracking crimes, and then wandering off.
Into the sunset.
Yeah.
Why not? It sounds like some good wholesome TV, actually.
It was, but yeah, I was
Like an after-school special.
Yeah, it was a Sunday afternoon thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Rolf Harris Saturday Club, they don't make TV like that today. Yeah, Disco Magma's definitely one of us. And to the rest of the viewers, welcome to the painting channel that might get a little bit spicy now and again. Get out your paint brushes, people. Get out your pots, tell us what you're painting, and just join in the fun. I've now got a little bit of that white showing through.
Hey
so I'm
Jimmy,
going-
can you fix it for me? Now then.
There's a whole bunch of documentaries about him at the moment on Netflix.
Well, there was that. There was a video came out. It really didn't age well. It kind of did. Smith and Jones from Fast Show TV comedy show from
Fast Show, I
Yeah,
vaguely
from-
remember that.
from early 90s, and the characters from Fast Show were running around kidnapping kids. Second to Rolf Harris show.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I
That's
was like,
brilliant.
wow! Someone dug that one out from early 90s. I was like, wow!
Ah, that is awesome.
Proper broke me, that did. Really,
Disco Magma is still building the Beast Riders.
Are they the giant on the giant saber-toothed cats? The Beast Riders, because I know he
Beast
plays
Riders.
ogres, doesn't he?
He plays ogres. They're on some kind of.
Or are they the saber-toothed cat ones, or are they the giant rhino ones?
Oh, the Beast Riders are part of Dragon, aren't they?
No, that's dragon ogres.
That would make sense, yeah. I'm not sure, but I do love a good ogre model myself. as you well know.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
We have them dotted about, yes. I need a nice... I think a light brown would work
Too
better.
much colour in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with brown leather for the seats.
We got a bit of black prime so I can cover up.
Yeah, some here, mate.
Cheers, mate. Just so I can cover up these mistakes from the days before.
It's thinned down as well a little bit.
Ah, nice one. Just cover that up. Because I want to repaint it. I should definitely have a spare model for the experiments rather than experimenting on the model I'm doing. 2 dudes on a stone horn.
Ah, right, got ya. The stone on thing, got ya. They're the guys who sit on his back.
Ah.
Because it's a Rhinox, is the Rhino ones. They come in units. And then you've got the saber-tooth cat ones as well, which can also be...
2 dudes on a stone horn. I mean, rule 34.
Oh, mate, you didn't think you rule 34 that?
But rule 34 says it was already out there.
This is orange... No, it's not. It's brown leather. I'm going to do the seats. With a biggish brush. That's a base layer.
I've got a medium here if you want it.
That's alright, I've got a small base.
It must be riveting for people on the live stream watching me remove mistakes that I've made.
The amount of detail on this model is interesting. There's some really cool stuff in it.
The land speeder.
Yeah, on the storm speeder, I think it's called. A lot of interesting detail. Most of it pointless.
Why? Because it's tucked away.
Yeah, because it's tucked away. Like this, there's an induction port on the seats.
Okay.
What linking going to the back of a Space Marine. So it's like a neural implant.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So we get access to all the data feeds and everything.
Yeah, for quicker responses.
But as a point of detail, it's like, but why? You can't actually see it because the bloke's
that's
sat
a bit
on
odd.
it.
Right, is there anything else I need to patch back over in black? I suppose it's there for when people do conversions and stuff like that. Like, someone once did a Land Raider and then did all the mechanical parts inside of it to
Yeah, I suppose.
copy the artwork from the old rulebook.
Yeah.
You know, the actual design of how the Land Raider would work.
If you can't follow an old rulebook law, mate, you're probably looking at pixies. Because the old edition, especially second edition, the law made very little sense.
True. If I showed you the photo, you'd know exactly which one that means.
Yeah.
So basically a Land Raider cut in half on the picture.
Oh, cool.
As a blueprint, and you can see how all the insides were supposed to work.
That's cool.
Still, I miss the proper grimdark style of artwork we used to have.
It's quite colourful at the minute, isn't it, the artwork we're doing?
Aye.
I mean, it's still good. But it's a lot brighter than some of the older stuff.
I need to get Typhus finished. Because there's too many unfinished models on my desk. Now the Nurglin, I'm going to have to prime that in something different because the black is making it very difficult.
Do a bit of dry brush Xenophil on him.
I can't risk dry brushing over the other works I've done. So what I might do is grab one of those other colour primes and start picking out all the other parts because it's only one colour then. What prime would be useful? Israeli sand or...
We've got a grey, we've got a yellow, we've got a red.
Now the yellow, that would definitely give me something to work with. Thank you. We used to use this yellow for Blood Angels.
Yeah, weirdly.
We would use the German red primer, no, black primer,
German
then the
red.
yellow, no, German red, then the yellow, and then one of the
Normal
model
reds.
air colours to go over the top of that.
It's kind of a magenta-y colour as well. It wasn't actually traditional red.
It worked very well. It was from one of the first commissions I ever did. I ended up hunting down the artist because someone else asked me to do it. He just gave me the whole paint list, and it worked quite well.
It did, actually.
And as I was cleaning those folders up yesterday, I found some photos of the old Terminators, and I was proud of them once. And I'm looking at them going, they are the flattest Terminators I've ever seen. Where's the detailing?
So,
The hammers and the claws were done with plenty of detail, but the armour, really flat. Okay,
it's
so
amazing, isn't it, when you look back at some of your old stuff, you're like, seriously, I was happy with this? What's going on?
it sort of shows how far you've come.
Yeah, it does. It's just really weird.
So anything that's going to be fleshy, I am now going to prime in a completely different colour, and also it'll break up a lot of this model.
Oh, this is going to get messy.
You say that as I'm painting a Nurglin's butt.
The timing was pretty impressive.
Yep.
It's all the stupid details of all the buttons and everything what I like to paint.
You kind of enjoy that though.
Yeah, that's the
You're
point.
pretending you don't.
No, I'm just saying this is going to get really messy because I really enjoy doing all them buttons and that. And it's just going to get stupid.
I've seen you do some very nice screens with those. The targeting screens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The green highlights. You tend to do a pretty good job.
Like I say, I enjoy doing it.
Painting and blending. It's not a bad colour for this actually. You have to be really careful not to get that on the blue though.
Right. How do I? There's so much. The problem with vehicles, I always find when painting vehicles, I don't know where to start. You know what I mean?
We've got a whole blank canvas to look at the moment.
Yeah.
I would start with the back, work the way to the front.
I think it makes sense.
Just for the whole purpose of whatever it is you're painting, whatever style, you'll be slightly better right by the time you get to the front, which is what people want to look at.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start from the middle, in the insides. You know what I mean? So when I can put everything in.
Oh, you're going to paint inside out?
Yeah.
That also makes sense. Right. Trying to pick out on this what's going to be the green colours.
Let me see.
It's always a problem with Nurgle. So I think I'm going to do all the cabling, the fleshy cabling as well, in the same yellow.
Also, at some point, I'm going to have to revisit my Day of the Dead themed Elder.
Yes.
Because they look weird.
They look good.
They do. It's another long-term project what I want to do, because all that freehand work's fun, and it might be interesting to watch. Okie dokie, nice dark green.
Better than our usual day of watching paint dry.
That's basically what anyone watching this is, apart from me occasionally talk some utter rubbish. Well, that's right.
Yeah, true.
Come on, paint, come out.
Trying to decide what is what on this model. Ugh, that's not fun. I believe that's some kind of wart.
That's some red.
Skulls, hooks. I think that's a foot.
bit of blue as well.
Not happy with this small Games Workshop brush at this point. It's on its way out. There's another bit of a fleshy piping.
Yeah. Let's get some buttons painted up. I have a tendency of alternating button colours. Just makes the entire canopy region look a bit more interesting. It's just otherwise you end up with all the same colours, and that's a bit dull.
How many colours do you think could be needed?
Well, I tend to use 3 or 4 on the insides of the on like green for the targeting displays, 2 different colours of buttons, that sort of thing.
Red and blue usually.
Yeah.
Starting to see a little bit more of the model now. Right. To be honest, I don't see too many fleshy bits on Typhus.
Well, he's wearing Terminator armour, so it makes sense that he's mostly covered. I dare say Terminator armour can even keep Nurgle inside.
Possibly. That's something to think about, could it? Basically a impenetrable capsule. Let that set a little bit before I give it a second layer. Looking forward to doing the scythe a little bit.
Is it a Man Reaper?
I think it's the man. Yeah, it's the Man Reaper. I think what I might do, straight off the bat before doing anything else, is actually prime the blade with the same yellow.
See what my phone's beeping at me for. I dare say it's nothing of interest.
Yeah, probably not. That's what most phones are like. I think they just go off because the companies want you to pick the phone up and start doing stuff. Especially with eBay. eBay's like, hey, do you want this thing you looked at 5 years ago? No. Stop messaging me about the primer. hopefully, you can start to see where that's going now, innit, Andy?
Yeah.
So he may be a bit blue. For those watching who don't know why he's blue, it's because I asked my girlfriend to just pick a colour, because I couldn't decide what colour to do it that day. Well, that seems to be a regular standing rock there for Typhus. Some of those parts are going to need another coat. Now, picking out what is going to be what back here. Armour, trim, these big bone horn bits. Looks like there should be some rot around there, so I may do some yellow in here as well. Bit hard to tell. I also need to pick a colour for the bone. A colour for the chainmail.
Strangely enough, I would suggest chainmail.
Really? Yeah.
The colour chainmail.
Yeah, I remember first time I ever got into the hobby, and you're picking like the, because you broke, because you're a kid, so you pick the main colours that you want, but they were always named something like bone white, and was it blood red? So obviously, being young, it's like I'll use the bone white for the bone, I'll use the blood red for the blood.
Yeah.
Chainmail for the chainmail.
It made complete sense.
The results weren't very good though.
No, but it, with the same paints and a bit more experience, you could do a very good job.
That is true. You do a lot more now. Just waiting for this to set so I can give it another coat. And then I spot a little bit there. Are you giggling about?
Miles, before all the army rules are out for 10th, a tournament in America has already banned 10th edition Elder. We've not even released all the armies, all the data slaves or anything yet.
No.
No. That's getting done over the next few weeks.
Right, so it's not going to be, so we already know it's not going to be balanced.
They made a rule which I think the intention is useful, but the way it's done is stupid. So if you know how the old toe in terrain to claim terrain but keep line of sight sort of mechanics in most editions was a thing.
Yes.
Now, if you toe in terrain, you can't see out of it.
Oh, that's useful.
I was like, what? So if your base is not fully on, you don't claim cover, but because you're on the terrain, you can't see.
So basically what they're saying in this reality is if you walk into the forest, you are now blind.
Yeah.
I cannot see anything behind. Can you see the forest? No, I can only see trees.
But people can still see you because your back foot is still not in the forest.
So they can... That is... Games Workshop, what are you doing?
I'm not quite sure they know.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
The whole point of being in cover is to, hide behind things. And not get shot at.
Well, it's kind of a point, yeah.
I love the fact that they can see you, though.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's like
just reminded myself of that Monty Python, how not to be seen. Just orbital striking random terrain now. Just there's something in there. That's ridiculous. It's like, oh, you can hide in cover, but you can't see out of it. It makes cover completely redundant.
There's more to it than that, but yeah, that basically because it's something I noticed the other day. I was like, what? That makes no sense.
It really doesn't. Like, I'm not sure what they're doing there.
I don't think they are.
I keep finding more bits on here that I haven't got covered yet.
And the sheer ineptitude of that rule in itself is impressive.
Yeah.
I genuinely think they must have gone out of their way to screw that rule up. Just to see if anyone's going to notice.
Maybe they do it deliberately so they have talking points before the release and it keeps the hype train going.
Yeah, but it just makes them look like idiots.
But it keeps us talking about them.
Yeah, we've got to talk about them anyway.
True.
Well, yeah, Eldar being banned already. That's funny.
So 10th is off to a great start. We had 5 viewers for a moment then, and 2 people disappeared. Oh well. I think the most viewers he ever had at once was 9 or 10.
Yeah, something like that.
But we're slowly building up a little community on here.
Yeah, it'll come.
Yeah. And I just get us working on actual videos to bring the channel back to life. I'm curious as to how many of our regular subscribers are aware that we even do live streams. We haven't made a proper video in a long time. I know the Oak Boys popped in once. See how that was going. I mean, a big part of that is our fault for not putting out information properly and not being consistent with what we're doing.
Yep.
Especially over the past couple of years, it's been on and off. At least we're settled into the studio for the most part now. That's something.
It's just real life events keep getting in the way at the minute. Busy time of year.
They won't bloody stop. Real life getting in the way of our hobby.
I know. Damn you, real life.
So what is everyone else up to? If you don't want to watch Typhus all day on this stream, the audio is exactly the same on the Twitch stream, so you can go check Andy's desk out on Twitch, and the link should be in the description for this video. Andy is painting flames on a speedo of some kind.
I'm not painting flames just yet. I'm just painting the inner gubbins of it.
Ah, the inner gubbins, the tasty bits.
Just base layers at the minute. Nothing fancy, but you know, these things need to be done.
Unfortunately.
Yes. So, it's because of an interaction between Strands of Fate, which is a miracle dice thing, and D weapons. Essentially, D weapons crit on a 4+, meaning their damage is then converted into mortal wounds. As you can use a 6 on one of your Strands of Fate dice to make the damage D6 + 2 an immediate 8, people are losing the proverbial before any points assigned nor other armies are released. Typical 40k player overreaction.
No.
Yeah. It's like, so what? You know, it's got to hit first. There's no point to sign. There's no other. We know literally nothing.
Yeah.
It's just one interaction of a rule, and sisters could do that now. Basically, you can't do the mortal wound thing. You can't turn it into mortals, but we just go, all right. So I've hit with this melter gun. I will auto wound with this melter gun, and I'm now going to do maximum damage with this melter gun.
As you'd want to.
Yeah, because I can.
Alright, so a little bit more colour should go a long way. Trying to figure out what to do with these. I might use the Israeli sand to base a few things as well.
That's an interesting colour. Really good on tanks.
It is. It's actually a really good, if you want to do Sons of the Phoenix or a White Army, it's actually a really good one to start with.
Yeah, that Sons of the Phoenix army would look wicked.
It was really easily done as well. I think it was just that surface primer, then spraying over with not quite not a bright white. Putting on a mixture of a Reclam Flesh Shade with a tiny bit of Carberg Crimson, the purple one, Druzy Violet, mixed together to make a
sort of
reasonably flat tone, washing over and then picking out the edges. And if you want to do a White Army, that's a quick way of getting it done.
And they look really cool for it.
Aye.
The Sons of the Phoenix. Do you want to show the camera of the model?
I'm not sure where it is at this point.
Fair dues. It could be somewhere. It might not be.
Well, there's a tutorial on the channel.
Yeah, we've got a tutorial now. It was done.
Eventually, once I've cleaned this computer up, I'm going to set up hotkeys on here so we can just show random other things on the live stream as well. Okay, we have some prime on those other parts. But what I need to finish is some of this trim.
Trim, glorious trim.
It never ends, the trim.
You are painting chaos.
That is
Welcome
true.
to my world. Actually, I'm enjoying that about loyalists.
No trim.
Yeah. Or what there is very little of it.
It's just shoulder pad trim, isn't it?
It's just a bit of a bit of a shoulder pad. Not, this trim has got more trim. Yay.
Suppose over the years with the extra brush control that you gain, though, it's not too difficult to do most trim.
It's not difficult, it's just annoying. In painting chaos, you spend half your life painting trim. The other half of your life sacrificing your own hands to the blood god.
Yeah.
Because, you spite yourself every time you turn around.
I find that's a lot worse with Dark Eldar armies.
Yeah, but their spikes tend to break because they're really spindly.
True.
Chaos are a bit more chunky.
Well, that did not work very well. I should have let it dry a bit more. For some reason, this US flat brown, it separates extremely easy.
It's because it's an air paint, mate. I really think it's that. Why am I using a small brush for a big area?
Yeah, because
I'm
you
dumb.
weren't paying attention.
I'm just going to say what everyone else was thinking.
It spreads a little bit better when we use a loaded brush and add Mahogany white. But that's a bit too much. very easily done when you're adding a small amount of white to your brush or black. Yeah, messed it up again. Still need to neaten this back bit up.
Be quiet, stomach. I'm not hungry.
According to your stomach, you are. You don't get a say. Just add those tiny little bits of highlight colours to this. Then what we're going to do is try and blend those in a little bit. I do need to work on my brush control for very small areas. But I'm used to using a lot of glazing techniques still as a habit, so I'm just like rubbing it on, but I come back and do some more layers, which is not what I'm trying to do. It's supposed to be concentrating on getting every layer done almost in one sitting, so I can actually speed paint and move on to my Orc army, which I'm looking forward to getting back to at some point. Even if it's just now and again on the live stream, some conversion work, because I do like that.
Well, that's it. I mean, at the minute we're in a situation where we're just painting what we feel like because we've got no jobs on, innit?
As soon as I get my Orc stuff out to start building some stuff on that, you know something else is going to come up. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah. Is there going to be any fire raptors?
True. They were a lot of work, but they paid out quite well.
And they look good for it.
Aye.
That Smurf one you did look lovely.
I think that was the best one I painted actually when it came to the Fire Raptors.
Mine was the Iron Warriors one, what exploded.
I was really good about that because it looked absolutely awesome.
Somebody decided to see if it could fly in postage. Apparently not. Who knew?
Like whoever was doing that work, man, whoever was throwing those around, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely battered. It looked like someone had been playing. It would basically look like it was delivered by Ace Ventura at the beginning of that movie.
Yeah. Doing cartwheels on it and that.
I just don't understand how they could muck it up that much.
Effort.
The hazard stripes and the neatness of everything was spot on. I was gutted for you and the customer. Although the customer was being a bit of a dick, to be honest. It's like, clearly we did not send it like this. You can see the damage on the box.
I mean, he had a right to be annoyed.
Yeah.
I would have been as well, because it was expensive. It's an expensive model.
That's true.
We learnt that lesson now. Insurance of the wild.
Result, my electric is back on.
Yay!
Oh, it's Disco Magma. Wonder where it disappeared to.
Yeah.
Trying to paint in the dark. How'd you get your electric back on? Just hit the meter with a box. With a rock. Sorry, hit the electric meter. Whatever.
Sack it.
Yep. Just sack that idea.
Yeah. You know about English language? Stop.
I'd actually be thinking of getting my meds sorted, to be honest, because my brain's been really scattered this past couple of years.
Probably a good idea, mate. It's never a bad
Yeah,
idea.
but then
to
I
go
get
back
paranoid. It makes me paranoid because then I'm not genuinely being me because of the meds, and I question everything more. I'm hopeless and stuck. Whichever way it goes, mate.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I could try it. It might just help me
Focus.
focus.
I don't think it's
You know what I
gonna
mean?
hurt. I know what it's like. It's, you do when you first start on them, you do feel like you're not yourself.
It's still bloody real, isn't it?
Is that what you
describe?
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, we might get. There's plenty of other things. There might be something else what might work for you.
It's just my ADHD's been proper bad over the past year or so.
Yeah.
Well, as you've seen, you've worked with me. It's like all those bases that needed painting, they just keep getting pushed further and further back. Like, even though I know full well that I'm supposed to be doing them because it'll be beneficial in the long run. Stupid brain.
I used to take a set of meds that made me hungry.
Yeah.
That was horrible. Every time I stopped eating, I started feeling sick. As you can imagine, the
Were
way
they in the antipsychotic league?
they are, yes.
Yes, I thought they would be. I tried those. You know what they did? They made me horny and hungry.
At least it made you horny. I just got hungry. With
Yes, but
nausea.
at the age I was at, I did not need help being horny.
No, 18-year-old sort of thing.
Yeah, still in my 20s. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't need help being horny
I am always horny.
or hungry.
Yeah, I'm a 20-year-old bloke. I'm either horny or hungry. That is my thing.
Yeah, but antipsychotics just upped that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And then I felt really uncomfortable in myself, and it was just like, I don't like these.
Yeah. I
They
know.
weren't even mine. I was eating my mate's stuff.
Well, yeah, they made me, if I weren't eating, I was nauseous. And as you can imagine, I had a real slow, sedentary job, you know what I mean? Probably
Yeah.
sitting down, not doing it. For 12 hours at a time, 12-hour shifts of being hungry all the time.
That's no fun. You're just waiting for your shift to end so you can get food and make your shift take longer.
It were either, like I said, they were either nauseous or hungry, so I went for hungry.
Yeah, because nauseous is just generally
Really,
unpleasant.
Yeah, so I piled the weight on them.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I've got to take these off. I've got to stop with these.
I just really don't like the fact sometimes I just cannot concentrate.
Yeah, that sucks. Gold.
It's even more annoying when you're autistic and ADHD because they counteract each other in such random ways.
Yeah. So.
It's like, I like structure and organisation. I can't keep that going. ADHD takes over and it's like now everything's a mess and all over the place again.
Yay. The autism's going, what the?
Yep. Yeah, it was an Instagram meme on that, and it's like normal people like there's like a photo. It's like one of those 4 photo things, and the normal person's like, "Hey, I can do whatever I want," and you know what I mean. And the autistic person's like, "I need routine to function." The ADD like box is like, "Oh, I can't. No, I'm all sporadic, and that's how I function." And then the ADD autism one at the end's like, "You guys function."
So it's like mine one. It's like little sort of, you know, the old.
I'm going to add, oh, sorry, one minute. I'm going to add a little bit of black to this now into the whole red to try and darken that down. Yeah, carry on, mate.
So what do we want? A cure for bipolar? When do we want it? We don't anymore.
Ah.
So yeah, that's bipolar for you.
Yeah, it really is. I'm sure my sis is bipolar.
I know I am.
Yeah, but that's why I'm so aware of what it's like.
Yeah.
It was like all this time hanging out with you.
was that?
Just a sec, I think our lass is shouting me. Give me 1 sec, baby, to do this. Right, just give me 1 sec. Do I need help from the shop? Actually, yeah. We got any key change?
I've got some change in my pocket, I don't know how much though. Oh, I found it. There we go.
Let's see if we got it.
Oh, I've got like £4 in car now. It's just outside the chair where I can't reach it.
Yeah, did you want something, mate?
Sugar-free monster if you can.
Yeah, mate, no worries. Sugar-free one.
Monster, making Bigmeks workshop work.
Do you remember when we used to have so many monster cans in the studio?
You could build towers out of them. That was when we were back in the garage.
Yeah, there's monster cans everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. All 3 of us were here, weren't we? Sat when we had Tom. I wonder how he's getting on.
I was just thinking that. I wonder how his mum's getting on.
Yeah, because she was really poorly for a while, wasn't she?
That was proper nice of her to put up the studio at the time.
Yeah, man. Definitely needed it.
Some good laughs in there.
Yeah.
But it was like with the health and everything else, it was definitely time to leave.
Yeah. Yeah, she had a lot going on.
She needed this personal space back.
Yeah, definitely.
But if Tom's mum ever watches this, cheers Tom's mum, you were
Cheers,
great.
Tom's mum, you were cool.
Oh, he had that little white fluffy dog as well.
Yeah, really cute
It
thing,
was
wasn't he?
basically a cloud with a face.
Yeah. Samoy.
Samuel, how bloody hell did you remember the name?
It's not the only one I've met. Sarah's uncle used to have one.
Yeah?
Yeah. And yeah, but they are literally clouds of faces. But they think they're people.
They are a very peoply dog.
Yeah. They're expensive as well though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you want to get one, you know, legit, but like best part of $2,000.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Pedigree dogs, innit? They're expensive.
Yeah, suppose.
I don't hold with pedigree dogs though.
I prefer crossbreeds, they tend to live longer as well.
They live longer, they've got less genetic defects. Pedigrees tend to unfortunately have them because humans have involved and we've fucked everything up. Just look at pugs.
I knew you were going to say that because I was about to say it. One of them days. It's probably you and your chaos aura interfering with my thoughts.
Blame the gremlin. I do remember stopping an entire app working by my presence at a tournament. That was fun.
Nice.
I was at a Hellstorm Games tournament and I couldn't get the app to work on my phone because it's me and things don't work properly. So I went to hand in my scores and the app stopped working for everybody else as well.
Like it. Proper saboteur.
Yeah, they banned me from being within 20 feet of the TO.
It should ban you from being within 100 feet of a radio tower or anything like that. Does it have an electrical current in it? Yeah, keep Andy away. I bet that's what happened to Disco Magma's electric.
Yeah.
Watching our live stream, boom, electric goes.
Then, woo! Fucking hell, Andy!
Oh, this is not going very well today. Still too much black in there. I mean, the trim on here, that's coming out okay. So, let's see. Oh, I've only been painting an hour. That explains it. Give it a bit longer. Seems to be like a magic number of like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I just get back into the flow.
You know, that made me. You just saying that made me think of Flow Aid.
Flow Aid.
Yeah.
I've stopped using that.
It's good stuff though. It really is. There's no point using it if you're not using an airbrush.
It works as a good drying retarder.
Yeah, it does.
Which, I mean, this technique might do well with some drying retarder.
I could go to so many places with that.
Yes, you could. But today, you're going to behave on the live stream like a civilized human being.
I'm going to pretend.
Alright, then a tiny bit of black. I always put too much black on. And again, it just bled out there. So try now and blend in the flat brown again.
I've got to say, whilst I'm painting this figure, plenty credit has to go to GW on this model. It went together so well.
Yes.
All the joins are well hidden where possible. It held together well dry fitting. You didn't have to. It didn't necessarily need glue. You know, it just went together really nicely.
I saw that when you put just laid the canopy, the top piece over.
Yeah.
It just
held
jumped straight into place. Yeah.
And I thought it was, really well designed.
And Disco Magma's thinking the same thing about his electric. It's clearly your fault, Andy.
Sorry. I do have a lot of friends who often refer to me as a walking Faraday cage.
Yeah, I've seen it happen myself.
Yeah.
You didn't even touch the laptop for it to start bugging out.
Yeah, that was weird, that. What did you do? Nothing.
You just sat there.
I sat down. And the laptop just went.
Ew. Just need that to dry a little bit. I like the colour that I'm using, but it separates too much. It's making this very difficult. See, I usually have two dots on my palette, one for the drier version of the paint and one for a slightly wetter version of the same coloured paint. Does not work with this paint.
You just get one wet dot.
Or two wet dots, they just separate too much. So I really sort of painted myself into a corner with that. Seeing as I did get good results that I liked, but
it's just difficult, more difficult.
More difficult than it needs to be.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
If this paint was a little bit thicker, it'd be a bit easier to control. Especially considering it goes onto a wet surface already. Really like the whole red though. I mean, at the moment I'm only using it for mixing paint together. I think on its own as a colour, come in very handy. Looks like it belongs in the leather collection or the woodwork collection. It's that type of wood. Wood. It's that type of paint. going to have to start coming out with a bone colour at some point for these bone bits. But they'll be doing bone in this technique will be slightly different to what I'm used to. And bone was one of my specialities. I could paint you a skull up in a few minutes before.
Yeah, you were. You were decent at that.
I was actually really proud of how quick I could get skulls done, really crisp and clean. I was always obsessed with skulls. It was even as a kid. I had all the pogs with all the skulls on them because I thought the skull designs were just cool.
Pogs.
Yeah, pogs were awesome.
I can't say nothing. I had a stack of them myself, because I was a kid of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, good old pogs. The design work and the
styles
and was so cool.
Yeah, I had it was the Warner Brothers cartoon ones.
Oh, they had little slits in the side of them and you could put them together.
Yeah, you could build stuff with them. Yeah.
I'm not sure for what purpose. And they did a jigsaw version one as well at some point. Like, you could lay them all together, the Warner Brothers ones.
Yeah, I remember that vaguely.
Okay, so I need to come up with some kind of bone or something. I could do... What do we want? What do you reckon, guys? Should we go for a dark greyish bone or a more standard bright bone for contrast? I mean, I've actually got quite a few blues on here and greys already. Gotta figure out how we're gonna do this technique. I think Games Workshop browns would work. I'm wondering if I can replace this flat brown that I've got, because it just keeps separating. I think it needs agitating for like a few days or something. For a slightly... I could replace it with brown sand by model colour maybe, and they're pretty close. Nah, it's not quite as reddish. Start bringing that foot out somehow. Should have put more Inky by Darkness into this. That would have been a better green shade. I know I'm not painting at the moment on camera. I'm just trying to figure out what colour to do. I think this brown grey might be a good bone start. Scale 75 bone grey.
Okay, anyone watching this will immediately notice the fact that the brush I'm using currently is absolutely knackered. That's fine. I'm only just doing some silver work, not detail stuff, so it's just the brush what I happen to be painting silver with, because I'm doing big areas where accuracy doesn't matter.
I might try a bit of model colour sunny skin tone for this as well.
I like that colour.
Or beige. I think I might try the beige instead to take out some of the colour.
A little less colour in it, more yellow.
Yeah, because I'm going to try doing bone in a completely different manner.
Okay.
A lot of this is me just experimenting with the new techniques. I don't know what results I'm going to get till I apply them to something.
Yeah, fair dues.
That's a whole other step I'm going to have to learn on its own. In focus. Let's get the medium brush or the small brush, apply some clean water to the surface.
Should be silver and all. Turret ring.
Now to decide what colour goes on first. At least onto the brush first. Let's try a small dot of black, the flat black by scale 75.
Just get these Marines silver work done. Also need a smaller brush. I like the design that they've chosen to give the Marines in the vehicle crews
Yeah.
the smaller variants of armour rather than standard.
Yeah, because they don't need the extra armour.
Yeah,
Or they shouldn't do.
well no, as a rule it's vehicle taking the damage, isn't it?
Alright.
So I think that's it's just a nice design feature. We've actually thought about the relevance of the power armor to the men.
Yeah, which is something you would do in real life.
Yeah.
Why are we wasting resources on these guys who don't need this extra armour?
Yeah, that's it. They are space marines. They need power armor of some variant, just in case. But we don't need the heavy stuff. As the flying around at Mach 4 and a speeder. Keep things light.
Random post.
Bills.
Probably some fucking bills. Always something on the live stream.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's just shite, I think. Alright. So still a bit of a pasty grey. Still trying to learn how to get the paint down in one sitting. It's like the whole point of me trying to learn this technique.
Oh, hello, welcome back, Disco. He's on this side now. He's coming to have a nosy. Yeah, I am currently painting a storm speeder for my Legion of the Damned. There you go. Just getting all the silver work done. Nothing of it, nothing particularly interesting. Not working on Gilliman yet, because I'm just not feeling it, you know? How's that Stone On coming on? I'm sorry I didn't reply straight away, or if I didn't reply straight away, I was focused on what I was doing. I've got nice for your dinner. He's just made some lunch.
Ah. Currently, I'm not sure about this colour, all the way I'm blending it for the bone.
I'm sure you'll be fine, mate.
I'm sure I'll figure it all out eventually. The results just aren't as smooth as I would like.
Large blocks of silver coming up, which is going to be really boring for both me and anyone watching this side. As I have to paint the repulsor jet things, is that what they're called?
The little gravity things at the bottom.
Yeah, they look like skis.
I'm not sure what the official name is.
Landing skids? I don't know. Jacket spud with prawns and Mary Rose sauce, and I'm dead posh, you know. Dead posh me, you know. Jacket spud and prawns. That's a different one. It definitely sounds like the sort of thing Sarah would probably like. She likes the seafood.
Can't go wrong with a bit of seafood.
Not so keen myself. But we didn't eat much of it when I was growing up, so that probably explains it.
I don't think I did really, but maybe that's, I would say the opposite. Like, you didn't get to eat this as a child, so now you get to enjoy different flavours. I suppose it depends what angle you want to look at it from.
Yeah.
I kind of look at it from this angle. Obviously no one could see what's going on there, but me and Andy simultaneously tilting our head to the side.
Like a confused dog.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that. People do it as well though when we're confused. It's such a bizarre reaction.
But Stephen Hawkins was never confused, and he was always having to tilt it.
That's why. All the knowledge trickled down to the side.
Oh,
Made it easy accessible.
fair enough then.
That's what we're doing. We can't figure something out. You tilt your head slightly to the side, and then
All the knowledge will
all the
trickle
knowledge
down.
just trickles down. I mean, it can't obviously be any other reason.
No, not at all. It's clearly the only reason what could possibly make sense.
Making sense is overrated. So again, a little bit of colour on there now. But because it's a pale colour, it seems to fade out quite quickly.
God, doing this is boring.
What is it you're currently doing?
All the silver work,
Yep.
because there's a lot of it.
Yeah, you could always do it non-metallic metal.
I am not going through that anytime soon. Especially not on a vehicle with lots of silver. I did enough non-metallic metal on Angron.
That was quite a lot, like. I'll give you that.
Because obviously I did all the armour and non-metallic, I had to do all the blooming chains and all the silver work in non-metallic as well, because otherwise it would look weird.
Yep.
That's the downside with doing non-metallics in any form. You sort of nail yourself down with, well,
you have
all
to do
metallic.
everything else like that now.
Yeah, everything has to be the same, because otherwise it looks weird. And it takes ages.
So,
But it's not difficult. It's time consuming.
that's a big difference.
Yeah. Right. Big ass brush. Ooh, that's even bigger. I'll do. Have you ever heard of Mary Rose sauce? I've not.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. And I'm quite a fan of sauces. If you've seen my kitchen.
So, what is it? You got us interested.
What is it? Said like a proper orc.
You messing about.
What is this sauce I eating about?
Why is it named after it? Are any of you guys playing at Leeds GT in August? I honestly didn't know there was one there. If there's any ticket, if it's a 40k one, I'll look into it. Obviously, I don't play fantasy because I never really got into AOS. But no, I'll be at Hellstorm at the end of this month though, and so if you're coming along, it's just a mix of Mary Rose sauce. It's just ketchup and mayo mixed up.
Ah.
There you go.
I've seen a lot of stuff like that in the supermarket. Heinz is just trying everything. We found some gravy mayo the other day.
Gravy mayo? Ugh.
Yeah, I think Heinz are just losing the plot.
Yeah, someone's taken something and gone, I've got an idea!
There's just a little room of Heinz executives that come up with all the brainstorming and they're all just sat in a room getting high.
Yeah.
They're getting really weird with them as well.
Clearly it tasted well while stoned, so therefore it's going to taste well now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Told you I was posh. So as you can see, I've got a much bigger brush now because this is really, really straightforward stuff. What I'm doing, and you don't need out fancy. I just want to get it done. But yeah, as I say, I don't play Age of Sigmar. I will be playing Old World when that comes out, as I'm a massive fan of the old fantasy stuff. I've got my army nailed in. I know what I'm doing, faction-wise. I've got my colour scheme squared away. I say colour scheme. It's not really a colour scheme, is it? It's heraldry.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm doing a full heraldry Bretonian army. Every knight individual, all that sort of good stuff. So when I start getting the models, there will be a lot of knights getting painted, all different, which will be a lot more interesting than me painting the same stuff. See, every night will be different, so I can literally just do the entire thing on stream, and everything's going to be different.
Makes sense.
So that'll be a lot. That'll be cool. I'm looking forward to them. I've got the range squared away. There's a 3D printer called, and he did all his own designs called Highland Miniatures, I think it's called. A really nice range of Bretonian knights. So I'll be probably ordering some in the next few weeks. I did ask Sarah to get me some for my birthday, but she could only find. Yeah, thank you. He's looking forward to seeing me paint him. Sarah, obviously she's not involved in the hobby at all, so she only found the one that I directly linked to her, which was like 15 quid postage, whereas I'll just keep on hunting around until I can find something nearby. Because obviously I know what I'm looking for.
Adding a little bit of black now.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to them. We've actually got a video of me doing one, haven't we?
It's the Checkers one, I believe.
Yeah, Checkers on YouTube. I've done that was from the same range of models for Pegasus Knights. Really, really nice. And because GW are not releasing new stuff for the majority of the ranges, I ain't paying 30 quid for 30-year-old models, so I'm just going to buy my own stuff and not go to official GW tournaments. I'll just go to independent ones, which is what I tend to do anyway.
That makes sense.
Well, the GW tournaments are really fun, but they sell out instantaneously. And obviously, if I'm using non-GW figures anyway, I can't go. So, it is what it is.
Worth going to see if you can sneak by with your non-GW figures.
To be honest, they are very similar to the legit ones, so I could probably get away with it. And the real good thing about GW tournaments, apart from the fact that they're really good fun, is they have a bar on site.
Yeah. I mean, the bar makes the difference.
Yeah, like that's what I was really happy with out of the both my club and Steel City did a combined 40k event the other weekend, and they had a bar on site as well, which made the event go from being an ace because it's a 40k tournament with loads of people I know, to epic because there's loads of people I know at a 40k tournament and beer. Beer makes rolling lots of failed charges a lot more tolerable.
Yeah, I can imagine it would.
It's like, oh well, I tell you what, mate, I'm glad I didn't play shot hammer though. Every time I failed charge, I take a shot. Jesus, first game would have been a mess.
You would not be making it home.
I'd have been on my knees at the end of the first game, mate.
I can't seem to get this technique to work. Not for the not for this bone on the feet anyway.
So the Leeds GT, is that Age of Sigmar one? Thank you very much.
There's a letter there for you, babe. From NHS.
That's probably important then.
I didn't seem important. It's like one of those things like, you were invited to this, and it's like, oh yeah, for this study or whatever you're doing. No thanks.
Yeah, something I need to do. I need to keep getting emails from Specsavers saying that my eye test is due.
Yeah.
Back to being old, you need eye test.
To be honest, mate, I got one other day, and with the line of hobby we're in, do you remember Athol?
Yes.
We should be wearing our glasses doing this, and we should be getting our eyes checked regularly because we will knacker our eyes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because Athol's he was struggling with his eyes, wasn't he?
Yeah, he just can't paint the smaller miniatures anymore.
Yeah, which gotta suck, man. You know.
Especially when you've been in the hobby for so long.
Yeah, so painting's a huge part of the hobby for definitely a pair of us two.
Yeah.
So if you've been in the hobby a long time and your eyes start to go, it's got to blow. It's got to blow real hard.
Yeah, that'll be fine with me as long as I can get myself a Slayer sword at some point. If I achieve that first, not a problem. Then again, mate, by the time me and you go blind, they'll probably just have spare eyes on your shop anyway.
Yeah, regrow them.
Yeah.
Can I have a 4-pack of eyes, please?
Oh yes. Literal 4 eyes.
Turbo magnification and all that lot.
Yeah. That's where we're heading. We're definitely getting close to some of this.
Leeds GT is both 40k and AOS. I think it's warhamevents.com. I will check into that, mate, and I'll let you know. It just depends on the dates, because obviously summer holidays, and I'll be expected to go on holiday with the family at some point.
I like how you're expected to. Not that I want to go on holiday with my family, so I'm expected to do this.
Okay, to run effects, movement 9, toughness 12, save 2 plus, 16 wounds, leadership 8, obsec 5. Acid spray, Range 18, D6 plus 6 shots, strength 6, AP 2 damage. Auto hits.
Right, so which one was this? Brown grey.
Flesh Borer Hive. Heavy. Sustained hits 1, twin lings. Range 24, 20 shots.
That's not bad.
If you like events at a bar, with a bar, we will be running some soon in Whitby. That sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Whitby, it's far enough away for me to warrant having the weekend there, rather than driving, because it's a 3-hour drive. Resilient organism, -1 damage. Okay. You know we were talking no min damage, right? Yeah. Shall we have to offer FAQ, that sort of thing? Damn right. For a game, it's less lethal if you literally can't kill things. Because it's not -1 damage to a minimum of 0. It's just -1 damage.
Yeah.
That needs FAQing pronto. Good old G-dubs. I'm going to shoot my basic weapons at the Tyrannofex. -1 damage. I can't hurt it.
Yeah.
Big brain play there, G-dubs.
You'd think after all those years they'd learn to double check how they word things.
You'd think. They don't, but you'd think that they would.
Yeah. I'm not happy with this colour blend.
You know, playtest it and proofread it and, you know, all that sort of good stuff.
I thought they got rid of the playtesters though, didn't they?
Yeah, because they kept leaking stuff.
Come on, guys. Get it together. The playtesting was getting some very good results.
Yeah. But if you can't trust your playtesters, you've got a problem. You know what I mean? They sign NDAs so they don't tell people what's coming up.
Doesn't that mean now they're liable though?
Yeah, but you've got to, because it's all done anonymous on internet.
Suppose. Yeah. On the old tinterwebs.
So it's like, yeah. What can you do?
Kind of spoiled a good thing there because the results of the game were getting really, really good.
Yeah. They just shot themselves in the foot and got themselves fired. They literally got the entire playtesting team fired.
Yeah. Well, that sucks.
Well, yeah. Right, have you got that black still?
You're looking for flat black.
No, the prime. You know, the prime what I lent you.
Oh. There you go.
Alright. That's all sorted. Now to
The
tidy
prime
things
you
up.
lent me. Do you want the prime back off the model as well?
Yeah.
Can't have it.
Get with the program.
I'm not too sure about this colour as of yet, but it looks like one that might need a wash. Which is something I haven't used in a while.
What, the bath?
That, yeah. That thing.
But it's gonna make me clean.
It can try.
Steady on, Typhus.
That'd be weird.
Typhus in a bath. Can you imagine getting into
Just live streaming in the bath painting Typhus.
That'd be weird.
It's the internet, mate. It's full of weird.
Yeah, very true. Probably someone's already done it. For charity or something. Because charity gets all the weird out, doesn't it?
I think people just do things for charity as an excuse to be weird.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting some result I like there. Transition's not the greatest. Yeah, it's going to need a bunch of cleaning up. So, back to the scale 75. And also, I've just realised I've been putting my paint on the brush in the wrong order as I'm still using the loaded brush technique. Very easily done though.
Hot tub streams next. Yeah, watch this space, mate. You know what I mean? We're all over it.
Yeah, once we can afford a hot tub.
I'd be happy with just being able to afford a hot.
Heating, that thing people have.
There you are. I knew I had more money. It just fell out my pocket.
You want to be sure your last don't hear that on the live stream. You'll get home. She'll be like, where have you got money from?
Palm out. Yeah, I'll stick mine. Change thing.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it's that one. I will remember to pick up Typhus corrosion. No Typhus corrosion. Go for the blood god tomorrow, hopefully.
Fingers crossed there.
Aye. The colour isn't bad. The transition here is terrible, and I keep knocking my camera. Sorry about that, guys.
That'll do. Nice width.
Yeah. Anyone watching that isn't Disco Magma, because he already knows, jump in the chat, guys.
Yeah, crack on. We want to talk. Well, we'll be talking anyway. Just give us more stuff to talk about, so I don't waffle and get weird.
Or boring.
Or both.
I think actually watching any of these back, you'll see how much the conversation flips from one thing to another.
Yeah.
Like, we're not very consistent in the conversation.
Just talk about what pops up, don't we?
Aye. I enjoy that though, never knowing where the conversation's going to be.
Yeah, keeps things interesting.
Not too sure about this colour for his foot.
So I've just gone into the, we've got like a bunch of random brushes for various things, and I found a nice wide one, which is going to help me get a nice smooth coat of black over
Oh, the random cheap brushes from the pound shop.
So I'm going to get, as I obviously I need to get a smooth coat of the same black across the model. This is going to make life easier because there's less scope for it to streak.
So I'll paint that on.
So at a minute,
add a little bit of the whole red.
At the minute, the coat on the fuselage, fancy word of the day, is a bit patchy.
What was the word of the day? It was 2 days ago. The word of the day was necrophilia, wasn't it?
Yep. Which I had to add to the.
Had to allow in the comments.
Yeah, I had to actually allow that. Which is kind of cool.
I'm going to make a little thing that pops up so I can hotkey these, and when we have word of the day, we're going to make it pop up on the live stream.
Once we've got things like that, we'll be sharing memes and all kinds of stuff. So
yeah,
once we get more comfortable with what we're doing, more knowledge. That's the main thing, isn't it? It's knowledge.
Yeah.
So we're not particularly good with tech. But we don't claim to be either.
No. But with enough time, you can just monkey see monkey do anything on YouTube.
Yeah, eventually we'll find
step
somebody
by step watch a video.
This is how you do this. Which is pretty much what I did to learn how to use a 3D printer.
Makes sense.
I'm not very good with it yet. I'm not getting particularly fine.
You're not fancy learning 3D sculpting? I definitely would if I could find time, but me, I'm everywhere. I've got too much going on.
Once I've got the printer running properly and I can get quality sculpts. I know it's only a PLA printer rather than a resin. Once I can get something, consistent finish, then yeah, maybe. I'm not against the idea. Actually, I think it'd be kind of cool. Some of the stuff what people are doing.
It's a good skill set to have.
Oh yeah, I want a model for this. I'll design I am. That'd be cool.
It would. And get you to designed me some Nurgle orc arms. The new possessed bits are pretty tasty.
Confirmed Luddite, yeah, fair dues, mate. I'm saying. Fancy words.
Words. We has words.
No, we have brushes. We don't have words.
That used to be our catchphrase. We has words and brushes.
Van, shut up and sit down.
That still is kind of our catchphrase.
I love that. That's ace. It was just a random thing we found on.
It was one of the sound samples from something.
We just started off as a joke, didn't we?
And then it kind of just stuck as the intro.
Yeah. Also, if you watch some of our really old videos, right back, there's out on the outros.
There's a weird
little
phrases.
statements, yeah. Oh, I'll just set this off into a rage valve now.
Why?
Well, it just reminded me I painted a Night Lord Contemptor on stream, didn't I?
Hmm.
And I use that Night Lord Contemptor still in my Night Lords.
Yeah.
And I just remembered I won't be able to use it.
Ah, yeah.
So it just instantly whacked me up. Now I did find a way of painting large vehicle hulls and what have you, using makeup sponges, and you get a really nice finish with that. But it's really inefficient with paint.
Did you mean to say sponges or brushes?
Sponges, makeup sponges. You painted a couple of storm ravens using sponges before.
The brush I use for the casting, I was thinking that when you mentioned it to begin with.
They're really good for dry brushing, especially terrain.
Oh, they really are.
But that was the wizard who taught us that.
Yeah, it's a much softer brush compared to what you get from the hobby.
Yeah.
Okay, that kind of went on okay.
I do like his method of painting terrain.
Which guy are we talking about?
The wizard.
The terrain shooter?
Yeah.
Oh, the terrain shooter, Mel.
No, GW one.
Oh.
From
The ginger wizard.
the ginger wizard, yeah.
Oh, yes. I'm with you now. I thought we were on about a YouTuber. Sorry.
No. The actual GW dude, the ginger wizard. Absolute. The stuff he did, with the effort he put in,
Yeah.
it was amazing. Zero effort, and the effects what he was creating was so nice, and so consistently good. It weren't just.
Yeah, you could get your tabletop done in no time.
Yeah.
I've put that on in the wrong order, I think. I put the darker colour on first, so now I'm going to have to blend back the other way.
Unfortunately, we have to call him a ginger wizard because we don't know his name.
I'm sure the people saw him at Games Day as well.
Yeah. It was literally like witchcraft watching him work though. It was just so simple. And all brushes that we're using were absolutely massive.
That is true. Like, much bigger than you'd think of using.
Yeah. Think more small emulsion brushes rather than large figure painting brushes.
I'm going to add a little bit of black to the whole red now and hopefully blend some of this. Clean my brush. So easy to overdo it with the black. There we go. That's faded a bit.
Now with a bit of luck, when that dries, that'll actually be a smooth coat. So it probably won't. going to me. It'll probably look patchy as hell, which is not what I'm looking for.
Okay, getting something there, but still not 100% happy with that colour.
This brush is really nice.
It's a cheap brush though, so it probably won't stay nice for very long. Right, the black and red again.
Let's get
Down into that recess. Still going to keep this on camera.
Right, I am going to be back in 2 minutes.
And then put more of the black and the red down at the bottom there. Clean up the paint a little bit off the brush, and then just wet the brush and slowly blend that back together. Now I've got more shape on the foot, which is kind of what I was going for. That's a much better colour than what I started with. Okay, so at least now I know the steps that I'm doing. I seem to be doing a couple of techniques layered over each other at this point. It's not what I'm trying to learn, but it's working for this model. I need to get something finished at some point, rather than just loads of test projects. So, I'm trying to get this foot finished. First I'm going to wet the surface. I like that deep crack in the middle of the foot there. I'll keep that colour. Wet the surface. Add a little bit of Mahogany White by scale 75 to the very tip of my brush. Just a really small amount. Then we're going to add the scale 75 brown grey over the top of that. We're going to work the brown grey from this centre here. And, slowly go up the wet bit, it's blending in the Mahogany White. And clean my brush. Basically brush it all off and pulling it all down together. So it looks like one clean transition. Then I'm going to add the tiny little bit of the, what's it called? You have to bear with me, I keep forgetting the names of some of these paints. This is the Model Air Hull Red, a tiny little bit on there for colour. Then back to the grey brown. And as this is setting, start pushing a little bit of that colour into there. And then come back down here to the bottom. Maybe a bit vibrant, but you can always just go back and add a slightly brighter colour to it. Let's pull all that down.
So now I've got the silver done, and whilst I'm waiting for the black to dry, time to do the internal gubbins. So,
As Andy's talking of black, that would be the next step to darken that, is I just put a tiny little bit of the black on the brush, a very small amount of the black.
let's get his eyes red.
Then the tiny bit of the red. I'm going to paint the side bits there, just a little bit. There you go. Blend those along the grooves.
Slightly brighter red. You don't need to go over the top with these.
Feather that out a little bit with just a wet brush, and it should all pull together.
Because they're such small pieces, you don't need to get particularly fancy if you don't want to. You do need the colours to be quite vibrant, otherwise just sort of they don't show up. But buttons and switches, they should be glowy a bit.
Following that same technique then, pulling the paint back off.
A bit of black because I've just gone over an edge. That's better.
And eventually you keep doing this, you get used to blending the two colours together on the model. I'm slowly learning how that's done, but it means I need to learn my colour palette in a completely different manner to what I used to use. That is a challenge itself, really. The light comes in from this way, so that's going to be a lot brighter. Bit too much colour. That's the thing with a loaded brush, you just load it up with the right shade of white or cream to fade out the colour that you want. It's probably a bit too much white.
Do you have the Mars Orange by any chance?
I do have the Mars Orange. Damn it, that's well too bright.
I'll do. TMA Orange will do. Close enough.
You were right next to the Mars Orange though.
Take it easy, dude. Have a good one, mate. This goes off.
I will catch you next time, Disco. We won't be back on till
Monday now.
Monday.
So next time you're on, catch you soon.
I'll let that dry a bit too much. See if I can feather it out. It's nice when we get regulars popping in.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I messed that up by leaving the surface a bit too dry. Ba-doom. Maybe add a little bit more white in there.
So, does that need to go any brighter? It's difficult to say. Have I got any yellow knocking about? I want to go over the top. It's only on a tiny little button.
King Bollock, loving the name.
Fair enough.
Hi King Bollock. Sorry if this has been asked and answered and for it being off topic, but what did you do to your finger? The short story is I've snapped the tendon in the finger so it doesn't bend, and if I have to wear this brace till that heals properly, otherwise it'll never bend back and forth properly again. So
which means no more pokies for him.
Behave yourself. But yeah, it's from one of my drunken adventures.
Drunken adventures.
I do love a good drunken adventure.
I've gathered.
So, King Bollock, what are you up to?
What do you play? What do you paint?
Can I borrow your eyes in a minute, Andy, and just tell me what you think of this? Because
I
I
need
think I'm
them.
bollocks in this right up.
Yeah, just give me a minute and I'll be right there, mate.
I don't think it's as. I don't think it's the right shade. It's colliding with the trim a little bit much. And King Bollock says, "Ooh, nasty." It'll heal.
Yeah. Let's have a look then. What am I looking at?
Just the attempts on the bone, mainly the right leg.
Oh, here on the hoof.
His right leg.
Oh. The spike.
The spike and the hoof as well.
I like the colours on the hoof. I think the hoof looks really good.
Yeah.
Colour wise.
Yeah, it's not as neat as I thought should be.
I think the knee needs to be more bony, more bone coloured.
I'm sort of struggling to get the
more
right
yellow,
colour blend.
A bit more yellow into it, you know what I mean?
Maybe
like a bleached bone sort of colour.
Yeah, maybe I put some more beige in there.
Yeah.
King Bollock says, "I am currently doing some Skaven and Cruel Boys."
Cool. But yeah, that's my thought. But I definitely think the hoof should be a different colour to the knee spike. And I like it I like that colour for the hoof.
It's definitely not my best bone effects.
No,
by
but
far.
It's it's been a while since you've really done anything like that. And go with a much more obvious sort of bone colour for the knee.
Maybe, yeah.
Cruel Boys, that's AOS, I believe. And Skaven, you can't go wrong with Skaven.
Yeah.
Skaven are cool.
I've been watching someone on Instagram was converting all the Skaven to be their 40k army. That's actually a really cool idea.
A friend of mine's doing that.
Yeah, just Death Guard, isn't it?
No, he's doing Skaven Admech, which makes even more sense.
That. Yeah.
Because all the Admech's all weird technology, and Skaven are all weird technology.
Yeah.
They really do mesh together very nicely. So.
It'd be nice to see the Skaven in the 41st millennium.
Yeah. So when he's got he's doing it slowly. So I'm gonna have to get him to send us some photos. Actually, I'll text me mate. I'll text his brother now to tell him to do it. I might actually be able to do it. So we can get some photos for an Instagram for it.
Yeah, that's another thing people can do on the live stream. You can always send us stuff on Instagram so we can check it out.
Yeah, drop us messages and check us out. Show us stuff on Instagram. We love it.
Might even show it on the live stream. Then again, we're just trying to be we're trying to get a good part of the community all coming together and sharing things. Alright, so place my water on first. And King Bollock says, "I have a mate that has just taken up painting 40k, so I'm a consider doing something 40k too. I have done a few bits." What do you fancy out of the 40k universe? I recommend Orcs! Orcs are so much fun. You don't want to be a dirty Night Lord player like Andy. Right, so I'm going to try and tone that a bit more yellow, which means I'm going to put a bit of beige in this, which is clearly separated. Let's try that. A little bit more of the beige. For some reason that beige is separating a lot. Yeah,
it's all about Night Lords. Night Lords come first. I'm not biased at all.
No.
There's a lot of cool armies out there, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
Leagues of Votan, they've got lovely models.
I've seen someone converting those into like a Death Guard style armor, and they've been using like Admech bits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They look pretty cool.
It looks like you can do Imperial Agents army in 10th.
Cool.
Which
I really need to get back on with my Orc army, man. All these people doing these weird crossovers and mashups. I need to get Warg Decay up and running.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and Imperial Agents look like could be a lot of fun because obviously you get all the the road traders from the kill teams.
Yes.
It's an army made out of the kill team kits.
That's cool.
All different kinds of stuff. It's like that would look wicked and random as hell.
Yeah, there's very random models in that.
Yeah, but it would look very cool. It's like the sort of hangers on for a inquisitorial warband, because he just gets whoever's knocking. They just get whoever's knocking about, don't they?
Pretty much. It's one large gang.
Yeah.
The models look very individual as well, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that would make the army look really interesting, and it'd be fun to paint because you'd have you'd have maybe half a dozen models what are in similar colours, and then that's that squad done. The next squad will be completely different, and you paint them the same.
Yeah.
What's that?
King Bollock says the name has gone right out of my head. Something corny, but not Chaos Space Marines.
Corn Demons. World Eaters.
You've come to the right place for Chaos.
Yeah, I am like literally the factory setting of Chaos.
Okay, so adding that little bit of black into the brown grey did work on this side, but it's not as dark as I like it yet.
So a bit of Tesla blue for the blue buttons and the display screens.
Just giving them one coat. You're just giving them the one coat for buttons. It's usually what you need, and then
I usually go 3 or 4.
You really love punishing yourself with the details on those,
The,
don't you?
the weird internal details on he's got his messages. The weird internal details I really enjoy painting, and it's so bizarre how much I enjoy it.
Yeah. The comment is King Bollock says I have quite a lot of the AOS orcs. I like them more realistic. Cruel Boys direction. I can't read properly very well.
And yeah,
I don't read very well, guys. Give me a sec. I have quite a lot of AOS orcs and like the more realistic Rude Boy directions. Rude Boy.
Cruel Boy.
Yeah, Cruel Boy. It might be Rude Boys, I don't know. So don't fancy cartoony 40k orcs.
Fair enough.
World Eaters, that was it.
Yeah, I thought so. The 40k orcs are quite cartoony. They hark back to traditional GW orcs. And squigs are ace. Of course, squigs.
They still do carry that sort of we are the daft army for this.
Yeah. If your mate's doing World Eaters, then you want something what isn't pure combat. You want something so you get a different sort of game style.
Yeah.
Because World Eaters, their shooting phase is, well, pretty much non-existent unless you build an actual shooting phase into the army, which doesn't really
bode well.
It doesn't really fit into their desired game style. You know what I mean? They have got guns available to them, but they're not optimal. That's probably the best word.
Makes sense.
Maybe use one of the psychic armies, like Grey Knights. They're cool. Thousand Suns if you like the bad guys. Eldar. You can make Eldar some really interesting army lists with them. And the fact that they've already been banned from an American GT is funny. Considering 10th isn't out yet. And it's a 10th edition GT.
Oh no, I want to do World Eaters. He's gone sisters.
Girlies! Oh, 2 of my favourite armies. That's they're my main
go-to settings.
They're my main loyalist army. I'm currently building Legion of the Damned, but more by virtue of having a bunch of Marines knocking about, and I fancied painting that way. I saw a guy on Facepalm at the beginning of 9th edition do some really cool stuff with the Dark Imperium sets, and I've sort of been slowly building up from that. Girlies I do love. And you can pull some real shenanigans with sisters. What
Shenanigans? I best go home and get my broom.
Yeah.
That's a really old South Park reference.
Mechanicus and Necrons were tempting. Yeah, fair.
I like to play Necrons.
Crons are cool.
Crons are very adaptable, to be honest, to your own playstyle, or they used to be.
One of the guys from my club is a full-time Cron player. That's basically his. He literally only plays Crons. He did have Blood Angels and Death Watch, but there were one day at the club where we had like 10 players at the club, and like 9 of them had power armor on. Nine of the players were Space Marine of some variant.
Yeah.
So at that point, he put his Marines away, and he's played Necron since, and he loves them.
I've got a massive Necron.
That'd be an army what you could actually paint really quickly. And do
Yeah, to be fair. It'd give me a lot of practice at doing this as well, because it'd be the same colours and the same surface.
Only on your characters. They just airbrush the shit out of it. Or get a silver or gold spray and just spray everything, wash, dry brush, done.
I don't like the silver because on most tabletops the camera doesn't pick up much of the detail. They're not good in silver on the tabletop.
Only for photos. If for playing, we're alright.
No, we can never really see the silvers that much. Maybe they were a bit dark, but
gold works.
Yeah.
And we have a gold spray.
To be honest, I prefer the bone with like green or blue.
I'm just trying to make life easy for you, and you keep going, no, let's do it this way, it's hard.
Yeah.
Whereas me like, how about if we do it this way, it's really easy and you can get it done quick.
And my brain's like,
no!
But it also doesn't make any sense. Damn it! That's a pain. I might put a bit of this in there. Okay. That's the colour I'm getting. Sudden bit of 18 tune stuck in my head. Let's try the green grey, because I'm really not happy with the colour for this bone. King Bollock says, the thing is I don't actually play, so it's the painting that is important to me. My mate lives 160 miles away since I moved to Wales, so playing is going to be infrequent, unfortunately.
Get yourself into a gaming club and then start playing tournaments. Tournaments are brilliant fun.
There's always some community out there somewhere.
Yeah.
But then,
go down to your local hobby store and speak to the manager, and they'll point you in the right direction.
But if you ask to speak to the manager, doesn't that make you an instant Karen?
Yeah, that'll
first
wear
impressions
off,
and all.
That'll wear off.
Alright. Still trying to work on this colour combination. The problem I'm having, I think, is a lot of it's too pale. And this bit basically has no colour in it.
Racist.
Not that happy with it, to be honest.
Yeah, one of the best moves I did was actually join a gaming club, because I made a lot of good friends from doing it.
Yeah.
And I've been in that club for donkeys now.
Let's try the other foot for now with these this colour combination and see what I can get. First off, I'm going to put my layer of water on so I can keep moving the pigment around. King Bollock says he knows someone who actually that plays AOS, but our timing just hasn't come together. Real life problems with this hobby.
That's why I say a gaming club is probably a good option for you if you want to start getting some games in from time to time. There's always some cool guys in them. I mean, you get power gamers like me.
Oh yeah, proper power gamer.
Well, no, power gamer.
Yeah, you always take the proper list, don't you?
Yeah, meta chasing Andy. Any meta chasing I do is purely coincidental.
Yep. Alright. Again, that still needs some more colour to it. It kind of sucks.
What's that? That bone still?
Yeah, I keep fading it out too much.
Maybe actually put an actual yellow into it, a proper yellow.
I've got some beige here that's kind of yellow.
That's what I'm thinking, because I know you've got the beige, that's why I'm thinking an actual yellow.
I mean, normally I would have just done, these have been done, would have been finished ages ago.
Yeah, you're just doing it a different way,
my
aren't
old glaze techniques, but...
Oh no, I don't want to be starting that tune.
And King Bollocks, I have all the excuses. I am a shy shut-in that lives in the middle of nowhere and never learned to drive.
Oh dear. Yeah. Actually, there is a way around that. Tabletop Simulator. There's a community of guys who play online. Play 40k online.
Cool.
I went down that route while we were playing Guild Ball. Because all the guys I played Guild Ball against lived up and down the country. So, in order to get games, that's my friends, I had to do that. And I believe 40k has a variant as well. Actually, I think it was developed on 40k.
You reckon?
I think it was, yeah. I've definitely seen that was a mod for it. It's not the same, obviously, because it's nothing like actually being there playing. But as an alternative, it's an option.
I'm completely messing these hooves up now. I need to take a break from them. I can't settle on a colour. It was kind of coming out alright, but still not enough colour in the recesses.
We've heard of that, but never actually looked into it. I shall have to. Yeah, you do right, mate. I say, I don't know what the community's like. This was a while back when I looked at when I was doing it. But it's definitely an option. There's always a way around. Especially with the internet the way it is now.
Everything's on the internet.
It is. The internet is everything.
Plot twist, we were all on the internet all along.
It's the Matrix. Apparently that's actually a religion.
This planet.
Yeah, I was watching something on on a computer. It might be on TikTok. About weird religions. I don't actually watch TikTok. You know, it's just something I found because I was bored.
I was thinking of making a religion once. Yeah, but the whole point of it was just to be exempt from everything that the government's trying to do at all times.
That's
And be like, this is what we believe in, because it's now we have enough people following us for it to be a religion. You can't actually do shit all about it.
That sounds like Scientology, mate.
Does it?
Watch Going Clear.
What's it on?
Oh, you'll probably be able to find it on the internet, to be honest.
Where we just done. Ironically, yes, on the internet where everything is.
Well, I can't remember. I think I found it on a streaming service or something. Not actually on one of the main ones, but you know. That side was perfect. About the Matrix religion, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Going Clear. It's an expose of Scientology.
Ah.
And you just like, what? Fair enough, you guys.
I'm pretty sure people's just making shit up for the sake of it.
I mean, the founder, Ron L. Hubbard.
That's sovereign citizenry.
Yeah. He's an interesting character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he claimed he was a naval captain in the Second World War in U.S. Navy, and technically he was. And he claimed he got like all kinds of awards and that, which he didn't get because he sank his own boat.
Ah.
He dropped a depth charge in 10 feet of water.
Brilliant.
The bloke is an absolute legend.
I'm falling back into old habits now and just glazing this, which is extremely easy compared to what I was doing.
Probably the right course of action then.
I don't know, I still want to master this technique.
Yeah, but that technique has got, I think it's like every other technique, it's limited. You can only do so much with it.
I'm not sure if that's the case. I should do more research.
Leah Remy's TV show was all about that. Yeah, she I believe she was Scientologist, wasn't she? And escaped.
An escaped Scientologist.
Yeah. They often refer
Fetch
to
the
it.
tranquilizer gun.
They often refer to it as escaping.
Oh, Jesus.
Leaving the religion is escaping. That's how messed up it is.
There's better ways to escape reality, people.
Just like Bob Marley.
He's really overrated.
He is, but you know how to get high.
Religiously.
He was very good at it. But yeah, I agree with you. Bob Marley's music massively overrated.
I mean, I'll listen to it now and again, but it's definitely played up a lot more than it needs to be. Like,
Agreed.
it's not all that.
Yeah, it's like
I mean, reggae is just generally easy listening background music.
Yeah.
And fair play, if someone likes it, they like it.
Oh yeah, it's like
It's just really not my jam.
Yeah, taste is taste, isn't it? You know, like people like what they
Some
like.
people don't have it.
Yeah, like me. Hey, wake up. But yeah, you know, if that's your thing, that's your thing. I ain't gonna criticise you. I just agree to disagree. Innit?
Aye, and I
So-
shall refuse your agreement. I disagree on that too. Just to be a twat. Oh, this hoof's
I
sending
expect
me
nothing
mad.
else from you.
Well, you shouldn't after all these years.
What's that?
Oh, sorry, I'm getting
I
distracted.
tried some of Loaded Brush on one of my Storm Fiend, but it didn't go well. But I have a special hatred for most religions. Yeah, fair enough. I find religion really fascinating. I've got a special hatred for certain religions, of which I'm not going to disclose. I have my reasons behind that.
Yep.
But I do find it fascinating. I love the way the stories play out. You know, I love a real nerd for history.
He is. I attest to that. Like before the live streams, just constant history channels and things on.
Yeah. When people start getting me talking about history, I love it, and obviously a lot of religion is steeped in historical facts. So I find out all that sort of stuff and the way it interacts and makes people act interesting.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, so you're not a massive fan of reggae either, no? So our playlist when we were just doing videos was extensive.
What Andy means is the music. When we used to make tutorials, we obviously dubbed over afterwards, so it means the music we used to listen to while shooting video.
Yeah, while shooting, we listened to all kinds. But yeah, reggae was never one that made the cut.
No.
Not intentionally, anyway.
It might sneak on if YouTube just decides we like that all of a sudden.
Yeah, but... And we'd not turn it off.
Depends what mood you're in, really.
Yeah.
Damn camera.
I'm just doing some crosshairs now on these screens.
Well, I mean, my typing is naff today. Sorry. Hey, it's fine, mate. I can't even read, so... I think that's the thing with dyslexia. I can't read, but if I recognise a word from seeing it loads and loads, I don't spell the word out, I just recognise the word.
The shape.
The shape, yeah.
I think that's how reading actually works, because you tend to only notice the first couple of letters.
We're referencing those pictures that go around. It's like where the letters are jumbled in the middle.
Yeah, but you still read it correctly.
Yeah.
I find that interesting.
I find those super easy.
Well, of course, they just look like normal words to you.
Yeah.
But they do to anyone reading it at a glance. You know, because you don't notice the fact that you've read it completely wrong.
How would you know?
Well, until you go back and read it again, you don't.
I'm getting really fed up with this at this point. Not getting the result that I want. King Bollock says, that's bonkers. I recently got some very confused looks and comments when I tried to describe someone's name by its shape. I can understand that though. The human brain's extremely bizarre.
It is.
I struggle with names. You can tell me your name, I can turn around and tell someone else. Like, to come over here and meet you, and already forgotten your name.
Oh yeah. It usually takes me a little while to catch on to someone's name as well. I'm great with faces.
Oh yeah, faces, not a problem. Getting a bit fed up with that hoof now. It's a bit of an awkward one to paint as well, because I've got to paint down this way, but it'd be easier to paint my brush up that way. I don't know.
It must be really trippy watching the stream only on one section and hearing two voices.
Yeah, especially when you're describing colours and it doesn't match up what I'm painting.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that earlier. I used to struggle with names when I went to meet up at parties and stuff, so I just nicknamed people random stuff, but what started happening is every time I nicknamed someone, it stuck. So I just end up at a party and people would just end up with nicknames for like, that would be it, that would be their nickname forever. So that would also be my one useless skill. Right, I think I am going to take, we've got the back in 5.
Yep.
So I've actually been doing nearly 3 hours here, non-stop. I just need a 5-minute break, especially with the frustration from that paint job there.
Frustration.
Oh, bloody camera, I need to reposition it at some point. Take these with me.
That's for me. So if you're interested in what's going on my table, there's a link in thingy, the description for Twitch. That's what I'm on. It's currently quiet on there, but I'm painting a storm speeder. Well, the inside of the canopy of a storm speeder. No worries, mate. Take it easy, and I hope to see you again. We stream between 12 and, well, about 12 and 4, Mondays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, so I hope we catch you another day. That's fair enough, mate. Yeah, if you don't have either of them, it's all good. But yeah, you'll always be able to catch us on YouTube. Plus, we've got all the older videos. Take care, buddy.
now I have Bob Marley stuck in my head because we were talking about it. Oh, yeah. I was getting really stressed with that bit of model. I'm back now though. And to me the hoof looks a little bit pale still. I've got to come up with some whole new ideas for colour really with this technique. Blending them on the model makes a big difference. Maybe some Ogrin camo in there might help.
Yeah, dodge.
So look what Andy's working on. Detail work. Look at that. Oh, looks spot on, mate. And you probably won't even be able to see most of it when it's finished.
It's just typical of me, isn't it?
Aye. It's a nice bit of detailing though. Yeah, you do a good job on your screens. Leather seating.
Yeah. Sit in style.
Sit in style. Right, let's give it the back in 5 minutes sign. Not too happy with those horns.
Not making them. What's that? Orange leather, yeah.
In fact, thinking about it, whatever colour I do the horns, I'm also going to be doing the horns on the back as well. There's still time to change them. I can just go over with a black prime and just redo the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's not that much of a drama. But you ever get that stressed with a bit of a project? Like, I don't know, it's like your brain's claustrophobic on it. It's like everything's, you focused on that one bit, but everything just goes wrong. And the more it goes wrong, the more you're focused on it.
Yep.
Yeah, it just seems to escalate. I just don't think it's the right type of colour scheme. So I might put a bit of this Ogrin camo into the palette. Let's see, small Games Workshop bush. The old Ogrin camo, which is a nice colour. Hello everyone who's just joining us. I've literally just got back from sitting outside because I needed to take a break. And I'm still trying to muck around and figure out a good paint scheme for the bone on Typhus at this point. I'm not happy with the results for this. It's just, I could do better with bone than that. I also need to figure out the technique for it as well.
I'm not going to go over the top on the leather on the seats because you literally can't see hardly any of it. I'm just getting some colour on it so it doesn't look.
Can I borrow the black primer, please, mate? So I can reset those.
Do you want the pre-thin stuff?
Yes, please. Top. Right. Let's reset those feet because I'm not happy with that.
I thought it looked quite nice. I thought the colours are nice.
I'm not happy with my application.
Fair enough.
The whole model for the past few months, everything I've been doing has been steps towards learning new techniques. Get rid of those. Weather's proper nice out there as well, isn't it?
Typical.
Yeah. Was it day before yesterday? Terrible weather when we weren't live streaming. It always used to be the case in the old studio as well. We'd watch everyone else during summer and have the windows wide open and all fans on. Everyone else is enjoying summer and where they're painting fire raptors.
Yay!
Right.
Death to the wonky fire raptor.
I just need some form of blank canvas here. Right, blank canvas. Let's see. Well, same prime. So I'm trying to figure out what colour I want to do all those hoofs and spikes. So let's experiment a little bit. I'll apply some water first, just to break up the surface. Must be something in this water because it is separating on the model.
Probably a bit of soap or something.
Yeah, it's probably soap off the brushes. When I first started learning these techniques for the loaded brush, it was one of these models I was using actually. So I started learning the technique and I was doing the arm. I think I still got him, yeah. That was like attempt number 1. Then we got a bit bored and started doing some freehand work on it.
Is that the Rainbow Dash bike?
Oh no, it's the skeleton rider thing.
Ah, right.
Right. Let's put some colours together.
Right. Where's a 9 oil? Here we are.
Or green camo with a small amount of the scale 75. Mahovia white.
Some non-oil on the silver bits. Start off on the important bits where I've already painted before I get bored.
It's the Mahovia white taking far too much of the colour out, even though it's not pure white. So I need to stop using that. so weird once the chat goes dead.
Yeah. Everything goes silent.
Yep.
Is there anybody out there?
I could always add a tiny bit of black into this green camo, so I put black on the brush first.
You know, for your lighting colour,
Hmm.
have you thought about using something like Death Guard Green? Right, instead of Mojave White?
Maybe.
You know, or... where are you? Something like that.
The pale colours aren't working for this for some reason.
No?
No. I've been trying to add some darker colours in to see what happens, but not getting the results that I want. So I'm just going to continually keep mixing up paints on this model to see what I can come up with. Okay, so that kind of works with the grey brown that we're using. Grey brown to green camo. Again, all the colours are very muted there. The green camo definitely works better than the Mojave White. It keeps some of the colour in.
Yeah, there's a bit more colour in it, isn't there?
To really darken the whole lot down, it's a bit of a pain. Let's try the whole red. This is probably going to backfire completely.
So apparently GW have released all the data slates for the entire NID faction now.
Yeah.
That's what they released today.
Cool.
So all the stat cards are available for download. So it's probably going to be Marines tomorrow. And then so on and so forth throughout the factions over the next few days.
Cool. What is you be keeping up to date with the whole lot? What's already out?
Just NIDs so far. All the faction focuses have been done,
Yeah.
but now we're actually starting to release the stats for the sort of for the players, so we can actually use our faction.
Cool. Got to be careful what I put on my palette here, as a bunch of these metallic colours keep sneaking onto my desk.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities in some of us.
Yeah, and if you don't check the label, you end up putting the metallic versions in.
But we don't make mistakes, we are happy accidents.
Calm it down, Bob. Good old Bob Ross.
Yeah, man.
What happens if I mix a bit of Bugman's Glow into this lot? I don't know.
That is quite a vibrant colour. You might get some results out of that, actually.
I might do. A lot of experimenting today.
Got to do what you got to do, pal.
I still need to figure out what colour I'm going to do all the skin bits. I
So-
know they're going for a bright greenish yellow.
For those of you who are interested, if you want to have a look at what's on my desk, I'm on Twitch. There's a link in the description somewhere.
Yep. If you're really interested, you could just open both windows and then mute the sound for one of them. As we have the mic, we're sharing the mic
Yeah.
pretty much.
We have two mics. It's just the link to the they're close enough together so you get both sides of a conversation. We don't want no weird disembodied voices here.
Disembodied heads, maybe.
Yeah. Can a head be dismembered?
Dismembered a head? It's one of these weird philosophical questions. You disembody it. I'm not sure about that one. Really struggling to find a colour that I'd like to use for the bone, but I'm trying to avoid using the old school one that I would naturally go to, because doing that I'm not going to learn anything.
Dodge, learning things. Behave.
I refuse.
Never happen, mate. Never happen. You's mucking about.
I was mucking about, but then I started figuring this out. It's not too bad actually. Fade that out again. Maybe put a drop of black into that. Then the off-white. I think I'm coming up with something that I like. Bit of a pinkish bone kind of works here. Just in contrast with everything else.
There's no wrong way of doing it as far as Death Guard's concerned.
Nope.
We do it with a plague, we do. And that's what makes you ill. Right, let that dry for a minute.
Same, I've just wet that foot just to I'll experiment on this while that dries a little bit. But it seemed like those colours would work. Bit of Bugman's Glow on the tip of my brush, or green camo. Definitely helps it keep some colour.
Typical one of my mates complaining. Just
Right.
release all the stats, I've been done with it.
Yeah.
Index nids. Let's have a look.
Yeah, they like to keep the hype train going though.
Yeah, but it's just one of them. It's like it's just getting really annoying. They're saying you can play the games. Well, we can't. We've now got one faction. What we have rules for.
Is it the Marines by any chance?
And that's nids actually.
Oh. That does make a change though.
Yeah, nids will probably be tomorrow. Marines will be tomorrow.
So we can use the Bugman's Glow and the Ogrin Flesh.
On Instagram. I never said go onto Instagram.
My phone does stuff like that all the time. I just breathe too hard on it and it's like, we're going over here.
Okay, synapse. battle shock on 3 dice if you're within range of a sign-up model. Okay. Shadow of Warp.
So, I'm going to start with the brown grey by scale 75 and a bit of the Bugman's glow. So we have the colour at the top, and then it should fade as we progress down to the bottom row. Again, a little bit more Bugman's glow.
Rapid regeneration.
Fade that back out there.
Feel no pain.
Who's got feel no pain?
Rapid regeneration. It's a defensive strat.
Yeah.
It gives a unit feel no pain of a 6. If they're within range of synapse, 5.
Nice.
Death Frenzy. 4+ fight and death.
Also very nice.
Adrenal Surge. Fight
Plus
when
1 attack.
No.
Oh.
Up to 2 CPs. Fair enough, that's expensive. Up to 2 Tyranid units from your army that is within synapse and are eligible to fight. Or 1 other Tyranid unit from your army. 8. 2 units if they're within synapse, 1 unit if it's not. Got you. Auto wounds on 5s.
Okay.
I think. A critical hit. I think a critical hit is an auto wound. Overrun. Just before a unit from your army consolidates. Until the end of a phase, each time a model in your unit makes it consolidate, it can move up to 6 instead of 3, provided it can end its consolidation unit in coherency and within engagement range of one or enemy units. If your unit is within synapse range of your army and not within engagement range of any enemy, instead it can move normally up to 6. That's very handy, actually. That's handy. Give yourself an additional adaptation for a turn.
How many command points that cost?
1, because it only applies to 1 unit. 2 units within synapse, 1 unit without.
Cool. Bit of Ogre Flesh, then a little bit of the Bugman's glow. Hopefully blend a little bit more colour into this.
That's useful. Endless Swarm. Up to 2 Endless Multitude units within synapse or 1 out. Heals D3+3 models.
Very nice.
If you're using a High Fleet Invasion detachment, you can use these Invasion Fleet enhancements. Okay. It's like a warlord trait, I'm guessing. I'm guessing you can only have 1. After both players have deployed, select up to 3 Tyranid units and redeploy. You can set them with
Very nice. Yeah, I used to love doing that with Necrons.
Redeploy is very handy. Perfectly adapted. Once per turn, reroll 1 hit, wound or damage roll, or advance and charge, or save and throw. Basically, a full reroll per turn for 1 model.
Very nice. Seems like they'd be kind of easy to play, and these stratagems seem to work well.
Synaptic Linchpin. Basically, extends his synapse by 3 inches, which is always good.
Yep.
Adaptive biology. Bearers feel no pain 5+. At the start of any turn, if the bearer has fewer than its starting number of wounds until the end of a battle.
Did you say bearer or bear? Because it sounded like bear.
Bearer. It's meant to be bearer. I don't know if I said bear. So yeah, at the start of any turn, if it's got less than its starting number, it gets feel no pain 4+ instead.
That's
For the
very...
remainder of the game.
Really? That's fucking awesome.
So it takes 1 wound, and then, oh no, look.
Feel no pain.
Yeah.
50-50 feel no pain.
Yeah. Which is obviously on top of all your saves and everything. So it's like you're trying for a miscast turn 1.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've miscast. That'd be a shame.
Wouldn't it just?
Winged Tyrant.
Then it's just Ogryn camo and the grey-brown.
Oh yeah, you don't take miscast anymore, do you? You don't take psychic tests.
No?
No, it's like a gun or just a passive effect. Psychic works completely different. It's like the new Winged Tyrant psychic ability. Paroxysm. At the start of the fight phase, you can select 1 enemy unit within 12 and visible. Roll a d6. On a 1, the psychic suffers D3 mortal wounds. On a 2+, until the end of the phase, subtract 1 attack from models in that unit. It's literally 2+ and you're hindering their combat.
So you'll never get it then?
No. The model's monstrous bonus.
This scheme I'm much more happy with. I know it looks a bit weird having the pinks in it at the moment, but it's not fully finished. It definitely helps separate the parts of the model though. And I think it'll look really good once it's done on these pipes up here.
So a Winged Tyrant is the same toughness and what have you? Oh no, slightly tough. I got you right. Okay. So Winged Tyrant's got faster movement, lower toughness, same amount of saving wounds. Got you. Different psychic power. Once per turn, 1 friendly tyrant unit within 12 of 1 or more models with this ability can be targeted for a stratagem for 0 CP.
Yeah.
That's every turn. It's not even battle round, it's player turn.
Ooh.
I'm guessing that's going to get FAQ to qualify though, you know what I mean? Make sure.
No one's being cheesy.
Yeah.
They're sounding quite fun to play actually at this point. I'm liking the counter moves. Very handy for an army that usually just is all out assaulting. Right, so hopefully I can get the same effect on here.
Swarm Lord. Same stats as a Foot Tyrant, makes sense because that's all he is. Just different weapons and stuff.
Ogryn camo on
Same
the brush
saves.
to begin with.
Hive Commando. At the start of your command phase, if this model's on the battlefield, gain 1 CP.
Just for having him on the battlefield.
Yeah. And you only generate 1 CP at the beginning of the game these days in this. So he's actually generating extra CP for you, which is really handy.
Cool.
Malign Presence. After your warlord opponent uses a strat, if this model is your warlord, it can use this ability. If it does, until the end of the battle, that increases strat's cost for your opponent by 1 CP. Which is really, really strong. Domination of the Hive Mind. Oh, he's got 9-inch synapse rather than 6.
Comes in handy that.
Yep. Oh well. Ripper Swarms. No, not interested in them. Ravenous. Let's look at these. since that's where I'm at.
The honey badger is ravenous.
Thoracic bioweapon. 3 shots from 4 BS4. Death from below.
This for the Trigon.
This is a Ravener, the baby ones, the small ones.
Ah,
At the end of your opponent's turn, if this unit is not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units, you can remove it from the battlefield and place it into strategic reserve. That's very handy.
yeah.
Steelers, here we go. 4 attacks, 2+ to hit, AP2. Reroll 1 to wound. If you're within an objective marker, you get a reroll full wounds. Right.
Was that Vivo full wound?
Yeah. Full rerolls to wound.
Nice.
Seven probes are interesting.
They were always at least an interesting model. Have they got the big psychic attack back?
That's been nerfed to hell. It's so much weaker than it was, because it was berserk. But we
That
do have
sucks.
it.
Yeah.
No, but it needed nerfing, mate. Because you roll a die, you roll your psychic test, yeah, and you add the numbers of the number of models what currently alive to the test.
Okay.
Not in addition to the first one. So you count the first one as well. So if you've got a squad of 6, it's 2d6 plus 6. Yeah, on a roll of 11 plus, you get d6 damage, mortal wounds, but you also add the number of zone ropes into that as well.
Yeah.
So just got it was too powerful. Warp Blast, Witchfire, Psychic Blast, Strength 24, D3 shots, BS3, Strength 7, AP2, damage D3. Or you've got the Focus for Witchfire, which is lethal hits, Psychic, 1 shot, Strength 12, D6 plus 1 damage. That's your tank killer. No, they are interesting actually. Warpfield. Units within 6 of the unit of a model in the unit get 6 of Pinbun.
Cool.
Which is handy. Spirit Leech. While this unit contains a Neurothrope, while an enemy unit within 6 of this unit each time an enemy unit within 6 fails a battle shock, it suffers D3 mortal wounds, and 1 model in the Zoanthrope squad regenerate.
Nice. Regeneration is good.
What's a Neurogon? One of the new ones.
Sounds like it.
That's handy. Little baby gaunts what dish out synapse.
Oh, that's cool.
Only but they don't give it themselves. It's sort of like a relay.
Like a chain link fence.
Yeah, they don't have the synapse and roll themselves unless they're within synapse range. And then they give
like
it out
little
again.
nodes.
Little nodes, yeah. That's cool. Very interesting. How many? What's in a squad? Unit composition. A node
Getting a
beast.
bit of Bugman's glow and a little bit of the Ogre flesh.
It's a node beast. I don't know. Let's say. Squads of 10. And for every 10 you can have a node beast.
Cool.
Whatever a node beast is. Which I'm guessing is further up.
Bigger than the nose gun.
Yeah, probably. Von Reaper's Leaper.
I'm guessing with a longer range.
Yeah. So the Von Ryan's Leaper is the new baby Lictor.
Right.
Can heroically intervene.
Cool. I never really used that move though.
It's one what you have to be aware of, because otherwise people will use it on you.
Yeah, I remember playing you a few times. I'd be like, what's happening?
Spirix, Pyrovore. My mate likes it. He'll really like him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the auto hit and ignore cover and stuff. And we can turn cover off for other people.
That's handy.
In your shooting phase, after this unit is shot, select one enemy unit hit by one or more of these attacks. Until the end of the phase, that enemy cannot benefit from cover. So if you've got like a bunch of them and you want to kill one unit but also soften another unit up, obviously you split one off to shoot at the other unit.
Yeah. Split fire.
Yeah, just you can still split fire. Euro Tyrant, Tyrant Guard, Toxic Green, Combos, Homogons, and Charge in Advance, Mega Gaunts, 2 new Warriors, and get some sign-ups. Sign up creatures. Oh, one eye.
Can't get this to go on smooth at the moment. It is my main problem.
Another type of gaunt unit?
Another one?
Yeah, but they're slightly bigger.
Yeah.
Sort of in between a warrior and a gaunt.
Ah, yeah.
And Biocannon. Strength 5 AP, D6 shots. In a shooting phase, after the unit is shot, enemy infantry unit that was hit by one or more attacks may with units biocannons until the end of the opponent's next turn. That unit is disrupted. When it's disrupted, subtract 2 from its move and charges and advances. Slow stuff down.
Can't seem to keep my model surface wet today. Must be getting pretty warm in here.
It is.
It's going to get to that point soon where paint's just instantly drying on the brush.
That's not irritating at all.
No.
That's an unpleasant name for a weapon.
Yeah.
A drool cannon.
Yeah.
Does exactly what it says on the tin, I'm guessing.
That's what most dogs do.
Screamer Killers. Vex. Biowars, Execrete.
And then put the Bugman's glow on and slowly start bringing that down.
Trigon. Morlock. Oh, the Trigon's a big one. What swim is goes underwater, isn't it?
Oh, the Trigon. That's the big ground digger. Yeah.
Yeah. The big Ravener.
Yeah. The one that's going to pop up and bite you in the ass.
Ah, that's cool. It's got that's very useful now. So, it's got a fancy deep strike rule.
Yeah.
So obviously it comes up from below.
Yep.
I'll get the word in exactly. But it's quite fitting actually. Where are you? Of course, it just fast forwarded for me, which was awesome. Awesome. Okay, so subterranean tunnels. Each time this model is set up on a battlefield using Deep Strike, it can be set up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 3 inches horizontally away from all enemy units. When doing so, this model is set up within. If this model is set up within 9 or more, inside 9 of 1 or more units, it can't charge, but it can do it.
Right.
So it's like you can Deep Strike in your opponent's turn.
Nice.
So you can go, hiya!
Lovely bit of disruption there.
Yeah.
Deep striking in your opponent's turn sounds like fun.
Yeah, it costs stratagem points, costs command points, but it's done at the end of their movement phase.
What the?
What's happened?
I dropped my brush and splattered paint everywhere.
Alright. Dry. Good.
Paint on my bloody finger now.
I'm gonna turn this stream off. It's been quiet for the last hour.
Yep, so we'll catch you on the Monday one, guys. I think we're done here as well.
Yeah.
And see if we can get some more of this done Monday.
Take it easy, dudes.